Yeah, just no spoilers since you've played this mission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, fuck. But yeah, it looks like we kind of had just someone just up and drop totally. No word, nothing.
Ooh.
Just gone from Discord and gone from Roll20.
Okay, Con is back. Thank you. I had to wake up my girlfriend. I'm good.
Yep, no problem.
He did he seemed engaged and stuff. I imagine it was just because he was GMT.
Yeah, it's possible.
Can be hard. Okay.
I mean, the guy on the Kismet's basically Greenwich Mean, but he doesn't care. He stays up late.
I got up at 4:30 for this, and I'm good to go. Because I am a fucking Star Trek fan, and getting up at 4:30 in the morning is nothing for a Navy veteran.
I'm sure. Okay, I will be Kim's doll, petty officer.
What branch are you in? What are you, ops?
Yeah, I'm filling in for ops.
Yeah, and then we'll.
Bolian.
What are your do we know what your foci are? Do we know what your focuses are?
Oh, they're just gonna be the same as Katrox. I'm just using his character sheet, just reskinning it.
Okay, so you're gonna play petty officer that has the same flavor, but we're not gonna step on that character. Okay.
Exactly.
Right, and we don't even have to do any of the reputation for it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it
wouldn't be anything new for that character. The character's used to no reputation.
Right.
Oh, we have someone like that.
He's saved us, and he's had the opportunity for like 5 or 6 RP, and he's got nothing.
I think that's what happened for the other crew too. I think he rolled 4 dice, and I think at the end of it he ended up losing reputation.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird.
Yeah, on the last 3 rolls, or the last time he rolled 3 critical failures for reputation. The chief petty officer did.
Wow. That's something.
Yeah, and then Captain, you got the captain's log, right?
I do have that.
Okay. I'll let you know when the read. I just want to make sure you got it. But all right, if everyone's ready, we'll get started here. Yay?
Now.
I guess that's a yes.
Good to go.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So if you guys remember, after the last mission, your ship was pretty heavily damaged. So you guys had to limp back to Narendra Station to undergo some repairs, and some probably, depending on the captain, maybe potentially some shore leave and rest and relaxation on the station. The repairs probably took about a week and a half, potentially. So as you guys are walking around on the station, doing your various tasks and whatever, you do notice that on the station there do seem to be a bit more Klingons than there normally are on the station. And a lot of the Starfleet engineering personnel aboard the station tend to be overworked and really stressed. So that's the little backstory for what's going on currently. So feel free to role play anything you guys want to do for now.
So we're on R&R? Is that correct, Captain? You're going to give us a few days liberty?
Yes. Yeah, everyone should be free to be off the ship.
So I will say in character, who is heading to the bar? With a kind of a un-Vulcan-like laugh.
Ensign, I have, in recognition of the crew, I have also lifted the ban on alcohol for the ship for 1 day. So you don't have to go anywhere.
I think being drunk in my quarters would soon I would end up in sick bay with clinical diagnosis of depression.
I didn't hear what you said. Someone coughed.
I would not want to come across as being depressed, drinking alone in my quarters after battle, Captain. I want to remain ready for duty.
Captain, I wish to have your permission to go inspect the ship's weapons. I do not need R&R.
I mean, I'll head to the bar.
Just, that's fine, Starrell. Just, we're gonna hold a, be back soon. We're gonna hold a meeting of the senior staff,
Yes, Captain.
and then I'm going to, I don't know the best way to do this. How would I set up a meeting of the senior staff?
You would just talk to the yeoman and say, yeoman, have all senior staff meet me in the conference room, and she would come over the ship circuit and say, senior staff, 04 and above or 05 and above is requested, president's requested in the captain's ready room, whatever. It's like 2 seconds to make that happen.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's one way. Or you could just make a ship announcement yourself and say senior staff to the conference room.
Yeah.
That's generally how the Star Trekky captains do it.
Yeah. Because they don't want to pay the actress.
Then I'm gonna,
Because they got good computers.
then I'm gonna tap my comm badge. All senior staff report to a senior staff meeting tomorrow at 800 hours. And then I tell all the crew around me, y'all are dismissed until tomorrow.
Thank you, Captain.
Stroll hits his badge, acknowledged, and continues down towards the weapon area of the ship.
Is there
Go ahead.
Is there a bar on the station?
Of course, there's a bar on the station.
I am going to the bar on the station.
All right, what's everyone else doing? So we got the captain going to the bar.
I suggested it, so I'm going also.
Okay.
I said I had accompany.
Okay. Sturl said he's going to work on the weapons. Commander Prax, what are you doing?
Guess I'll need to go to the bar, keep an eye on everybody.
All right. So as you guys kind of start to filter into the bar, the first thing you notice before you even get up to the bar is just how loud it is in the hallways leading up to it. And it sounds like very loud drunk people, loud grunts, cheering. You could kind of hear things breaking all around you. And as you enter the bar, you notice that there are, I would say, maybe about 4 or 5 very drunk Klingons all around the bar. Who are making this noise?
I look around to the crewmen that have come along with me. If anyone gets in a fight with a Klingon, you will end up in the brig.
Chems just looks very nervous and just nods.
Sir, what if one pulls a Doc Tog and tries to stab you? Shall we stand by and watch your demise? No, we shall not. The brigade is then.
You should defend your captain as to the best of your ability. But if you go and start pulling Doc Togs on Klingons, that's when you will end up in the brig.
I will not do that, sir. I do not own one.
All right, so as you guys are standing in the doorway, one of the Klingons turns and notices you and yells out to his friend, "Look at these Starfleet pachocks! They cannot hold their liquor like us Klingons!"
I look at the bartender. Bartender, a bottle of your best Irish whiskey.
Coming up, Captain.
And then I'm gonna look at one of the Klingons. Come and prove you're a better drinker.
Do you call that alcohol? As he hits it out of your hand. Try this, and he shoves a flask of blood wine into your hand.
I'm gonna drink it.
And all of the other Klingons tap their glasses on the table in approval.
I'm gonna slam the glass down when I'm done.
And another one is shoved in front of you.
I look at the Klingon and say, it's your turn.
He says, "Very well." He grabs it in front of you and downs it in one gulp and slams the cup onto the table. And he looks back at the other crew members. "What about them?"
I just kind of like move forward and grab a cup and drink it really quickly.
And the Klingon in front of you just smiles and nods approvingly.
I look at the ensign. You're up, ensign.
Am I to drink, sir? Is
You're
that
to
an
do
order?
as you please, ensign.
He, for the first time, he stumbles and says, "I don't understand when you say I am up, sir."
I hand the ensign a glass of blood wine.
I drink it.
Before you're able to bring the cup up to your lips, one of the Klingons, who's been rather quiet through all of this, stands up, and you guys can tell he's very overserved. He looks at you, grabs the cup from your hand, and says, "We shall not waste good blood wine on these honorless patucks." Add in your own swear word. "They are not worthy of the honor bestowed upon Klingons."
I look at the captain and I raise an eyebrow. "Captain, are we spoiling for a fight?" "I think not."
The Klingon turns to you and says, "That sounds like a challenge, Starfleet."
Ensign, I think there may be Docta in our future.
I think so, sir. I think so.
So as he hears you say that, and he tries to punch the ensign before you're able to do anything. What is this? Would it be? Yeah. So it's going to be daring and security, an opposed check.
Me against him?
Yep.
Okay, but if he loses, I end up stabbing him or punching him. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's what I read from it. All
Yep.
right, all right. Here goes. Daring and security. All right. I look at the cap and say, I wasn't ready for this. All right, here goes. Daring. Wait, what is this? Daring, security, and okay. All right, I'm gonna have to challenge mine. Okay, so complication range is 1. Task roll 2 dice. Do we don't have any momentum banked, or do we?
No, not yet.
All right, then I'm going to take 3 threat. So I have 4 dice,
Okay.
and I will say, I just look at him like, all right. If it is to be a battle, and then and go for it. Here goes.
Put the space in the way.
All right, so I am going to use the two threat I gained to add damage
Wild
to the
swing.
strike.
Yeah, wild swing.
So he's gonna so in true Klingon fashion, he's able to hit you right upside the head,
Yeah.
and he knocks you out in 1 blow.
Okay.
So yeah, you take 5 stress and you gain an injury, so you're basically knocked out.
All right. Non-lethal, right?
Correct, yes.
All right. All right. Non-lethal injury. Okay, I'm on the floor. On the deck.
And then it'll be someone else's turn.
I shall.
I am looking very, very hard at the countertop.
I order. Draw phasers and let's break this up. And then I'm going to draw my phaser and point it at the Klingon that threw the punch.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to shoot him.
Yeah, go ahead.
With. What do I do? What's the roll for that?
Oh, it will be control and security. Difficulty 2. And I will bank that threat then. So the one sees the phaser flyer go, and the one that's standing in front of you pulls out his dagger and attempts to stab you in the gut with it. So it's going to be so Captain's going to be daring and security, and it's a pose check. All right, and then so he's able to just kind of stab you in the side with his dagger a little bit, and you're going to take 3 points of stress. And then someone else gets to go.
I will uncharacteristically jump up and try and lunge at the Klingon that just stabbed my captain.
Okay.
Daring security roll. Oh wait.
All right. Ty goes through the attacker, so go ahead and roll for your unarmed strike. So you are able to basically you jump onto the back of this Klingon, and because he's so drunk, he just kind of stumbles onto the floor, still trying to get out of your move.
Okay, I just keep trying to hit him because I don't know if he's down or not.
No, like you're on top of him trying to hold him down. He's trying to squirm out.
Oh, okay.
Because like you had an effect, so it knocked him down. So like you're kind of like wrestling on the floor, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, so I believe it's another Klingon. Who's still not been attacked yet? I believe that's
That would be me.
you. You just jumped on the back of the guy, right?
It would be
Right, but I was just at the bar
Lieutenant
before.
Oh,
Commander.
the commander. So yeah, the other one's going to go for the commander then. The fourth one's going for the commander, and he's just gonna try to punch him. So commander, it'll be a pose check. And he's able to get, yeah, tie goes to the attacker, however. And he's the attacker. So he's able to give you a nice stiff uppercut to the lower jaw. And you take 4 points of stress and are knocked down.
I believe it's my go now.
Whose turn?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tap my com badge. Sterl, get you and a team of security officers to the bar on the station.
On my way, sir. Sterl taps his comm badge. Alpha Squad report to the what's it called? The transport room. Immediately. And Sterl sprints towards the transporter room and to transport into the station.
Okay. The transport won't happen yet. Are you going to take any other actions?
Yeah, that was my minor action, and then attempt to leg sweep him, try to trip the Klingon.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to be daring and security and an opposed check as well. And I'm gonna spend one threat to add an extra dice. And when you kind of try to leg sweep, he kind of catches you in the action, and he kind of just punches you in the shoulder and knocks you to the ground. Just as that happens, the station security team ends up showing up before the ship security team, and they attempt to break up the fight, and they start dragging everyone away to the brig.
So do I get there with a room full of nobody?
So you transport in right as the last of the people are being dragged out of the bar, the last of the Klingons.
And who else is there?
And I assume the Starfleet people go off with security without an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Okay. Do you say anything? Do anything?
What's the rank of the security person in charge?
A lieutenant.
Lieutenant, stand down.
I'm sorry, sir. I got orders from the admiral to take everyone into this bar fight to the brig. I'm sorry, sir. If you'll follow me.
Am I there for this?
Yeah, you would transport now.
Okay. Well, I mean, did I hear that conversation?
You probably heard the lieutenant say his thing.
Okay. So, I follow the security detachment to the brig, and well, on the way, I asked the captain, Captain, is there anything you want me to do? Do you want me to go talk to the admiral about this?
I want you to bring the admiral here.
Sir, I can request an audience. I cannot guarantee success of ordering the admiral to come to the brig.
Obviously, I don't expect you to order her to the brig. I want you to get her to come here.
I will do my best, Captain. And Sturl heads off towards wherever the admiral's quarters are, or wherever she is.
And just as he leaves the door, the security officers put up the force fields to the brig. So is there anything else you guys want to do in the brig?
I'm going to point out, Lieutenant, that being the security lieutenant.
Yes, Captain?
I would like to see a medical officer, and I point to the fact that I have a hole in me.
Aye, sir, I'll get one down here. And he punches a few commands into his console.
Did Sturl locate where the admiral is?
Yeah, she's in her office.
Okay, so Sturl goes up to the door, rings the thing for the door.
Enter.
Sturl enters. Excuse me, Admiral, may I have a moment of your time?
What's your rank?
Lieutenant Commander.
What is it, Commander?
Yes, ma'am. This is very awkward for me. It appears that some of my crewmates and my captain have been detained in your brig.
They did what?
I do not know what happened. I was called to the scene, and I saw Klingons and my crewmates going to the brig. I don't know how or why. I just know that they're there, and I'm here to assist in the matter.
All right, Commander, head back to your ship. I will head down there and take care of this.
Yes, ma'am. Sturl heads towards the ship.
All right, so after about an hour, the admiral comes strolling into the brig, and she comes right up to the captain and says, "Captain, would you care to explain yourself?"
Yes, ma'am. I would have preferred to come to your office to explain, but you have a very enterprising lieutenant here who decided we were dangerous criminals.
That's what happens to everyone who fights on board my station, Captain. Care to explain what this is about?
A drunk Klingon drew a dagger, as they do, and attacked me and my men.
And then you just go around starting bar fights. You don't try diplomacy to maybe diffuse the situation, Captain?
Admiral, I did not see the first punch coming until it was already landed. And as soon as a punch was landed, I ordered my officers to draw their phasers to attempt to detain the Klingons, because for some reason Klingons were allowed on this station with bladed weapons.
Well, as far as you're concerned, Captain, the Klingons are still our allies, and you will do well not to attack your allies, especially when you're about to go on a convoy mission with these Klingons.
Yes, ma'am. I still, however, would like to respectfully point out that security should probably not allow Klingons on the station with bladed weapons into a bar. That is definitely counterproductive to their efforts to keep the station safe.
I will take that under advisement with the Klingon captain. However, in the meantime, you will do well to remember that out there in space, you represent me and you represent the Federation. I hope I did not make the wrong choice in appointing you captain to this ship. Now, I want you to head back to take you and your crew back to your ship and be ready to launch. Is that understood, Captain?
Yes, ma'am.
Lieutenant, get them out of here. And she storms out of the brig. And the lieutenant lowers the security field and says, "I'm sorry, Captain, I was just doing my job."
Can I know what species he is?
He's human.
I just look at him in a very disappointed view, like as I'm disappointed to him, but I don't say anything to him, and I leave with the crew.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything else other than...
Commander,
Yes, Captain.
shore leave is over. I want everybody back on the ship. And it's I'm gonna leave it to you to square the ship away while I go to the ship's med bay.
Oh, your wounds were taken care of in that hour. I probably should have mentioned that.
Yeah, I just intended to go anyways.
Okay.
Kind of my ship's med bay. I trust my doctors more than I trust theirs.
Right.
Aye, Captain.
I guess I'm awake. With a, do I have a black eye, or what's my visible damage from taking 5 from a non-lethal injury?
You probably just had some cuts and bruises, but quick pass with a dermal regenerator and you're back to new.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys can go ahead and heal up all your stress.
Is the lieutenant commander around us before we leave the brig?
No, I'm back on the ship. That's what the admiral ordered me back on the ship, so I'm overseeing repairs.
I tap my comm badge. Lieutenant Commander Thoreau?
Taps the badge. Yes, sir.
I need you to draw plans for a ship-wide training in hand-to-hand combat.
I'll get on it right away, sir.
Every officer, every enlisted man, sir.
As you wish. When do you want this training to be conducted, sir?
As soon as you're ready.
Very well, I can get something together. What time is it right now in the game?
Probably evening. Maybe 1900 to 2000 hours, somewhere around there.
Okay. Well, Captain, I suggest that you and the crew get rest, and so you can recover, and we'll do it first thing in the morning.
Thank you, Commander.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, so if no one has anything else they'd like to do, we'll go ahead and jump to the actual first scene. And I believe that starts with the captain's log.
Captain's log, stardate 53101.3. after some shore leave gone very wrong and the ship repaired, we have been resupplied and spent 2 weeks tweaking our sensor suites for more efficient and effective use for our endeavors in the Shackleton Expanse. Starfleet Command has wasted little time in giving us the means to test those systems since we've been assigned to a supply convoy headed to Array 35. It's one of those Federation Klingon joint ventures. With our recent Klingon activities, I don't expect this to go very well.
All right, so with the sensor upgrades, for the duration of this mission, anytime you guys use the sensors, you get to re-roll 1d20. And that's for the duration of this mission.
Just so I know, am I filling in at sensor operations or at internal systems?
Oh yeah, I have no idea how you guys split up the task.
Well, the ensign is going to handle all things navigation and helm, and I think Starell is going to handle all things. I think it's. Let me look at the names of the tasks again.
Security and tactical, I believe.
Yeah, security, oversight, and tactical systems. And
Right.
then sensor operations. I will probably let sensor operations and internal systems probably should go to you, and then communications can stay with the commander.
All right, so I'll do both of them. Good to know.
All right, so you guys are escorting the convoy. You figure you probably still have a day or so journey to the array. So if you guys wish, you guys can role play anything you guys want to do on the ship.
Are they Federation ships?
They're a convoy, like civilian convoys. Probably top warp speed, warp 5, if that.
How large are they compared to our ship? Taking in mind that our ship is kind of small.
Right. They're probably so their ships. Let me just pull up their stats really quick. So they're scale 3, so they're probably still smaller than your ship.
Okay, so don't worry about it. I was only going to do something if they were at least twice the size of our ship.
Yeah, no, they're probably smaller. They do not have weapons and they do not have shields. And the Klingon ship is called the IKS Mupal, and they're scale 5, and they're basically a Klingon battle cruiser for all intents and purposes.
Do we know class D7 or larger?
What is it called? Hold on, I got the name somewhere. Oh, I got to check the other thing for that. Because the other group asked me that question too, and I should have just wrote it down in my notes, but I didn't.
I'm trying to remember what it was now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just trying to get a
because it's
Cavort?
something that doesn't make sense to me. It was
Cavort. Yeah, it's a
Cavort
Cavort
class?
class. Yeah.
Okay, so it's bigger than it's like a class 4 probably, right? Like that.
scale 5.
Sure.
Cavort is pretty big. They're pretty tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a battle cruiser. It's
All right.
bigger than a bird of prey.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I was really worried about. Is it how big is it going to be if we're going to be maneuvering against it? Okay. Great. Thanks.
Yep. And they are armed to the teeth.
Yeah. They're
They're Klingons.
well, the Cavort class is pretty good. All right. I'm flying. I'm just sitting at the station. Bloop, 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 on course.
I'm gonna head to the what do you call the room where everybody's like for senior staff meetings and stuff?
A conference room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head to the conference room and I'm gonna tap my comm badge. Senior staff to the conference room. And in this case, the only people I think that should actually be part of that would be the commander and Starell.
Yep. Sturl heads towards the conference room.
As does Prax.
I'm gonna wait for them to arrive.
Okay, Sturl enters. Sits down. Third seat down.
Commander, what is our tactical readiness? Lieutenant Commander,
Yes, sir.
I've looked over the numbers for your recent work on the weapons, and I still would like you to bring the weapons. I would still like you to make the phasers at least 2% more efficient.
I will continue to work on them, sir.
As you guys during your briefing, the overhead lights flicker on and off a few times.
I tap my comm badge and I say bridge report.
I don't think the highest ranking officer is not on the bridge is not going to be one of us. It's going to be an unnamed lieutenant commander.
Okay. So he answers, sir, we're getting reports from engineering that there are several glitches aboard the entire ship. Minor glitches.
What kind of... Go ahead.
I stand up and say, gentlemen, to your stations, and I head out to the bridge.
What kind of...
What's that?
What kind of glitches?
Like lights flickering on and off, power fluctuations in various rooms, replicators coming on and offline, gravity plates turning off without warning. Minor stuff.
Do you know the
Sure.
source of the problem?
Engineering is still looking into it, sir.
Security set condition 2 across the ship. That's basically Sturl's code for talking to the security team to basically step up their level of readiness, just in case there's saboteurs on board.
Captain, I'm getting some strange sensor readings, like ghost images flickering across our sensors.
Run a diagnostic.
Yes, sir.
Commander,
Yes, Captain.
yellow alert.
Aye, Captain. Set condition yellow throughout the ship.
Ah, shoot, we don't have a baby crying.
That was almost too perfect yet left on Tuesday.
I don't. Oh, there must have been like someone's kid whenever
Yeah.
y'all were playing the game.
Yellow alert, and then the baby starts crying. It was amazing. Anyways,
Commander,
Yes, sir.
radio other ships in the fleet and see if they're having any issues.
Ensign, did you get the direct message I sent?
They've done taken our lieutenant and our deck plating. Our ensign, I mean.
I'm just hearing static from the answer.
Yeah,
I-
so
I'm
so
here.
am I.
It sounds
I'm
like-
here.
Okay.
I had to open the front gate for my girlfriend's got to take her scooter to work. She got to go and work early, and we have a padlock that wasn't one to open. Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You
back.
got a direct message for something that you notice on your station as you're working.
Sorry. Yep, okay, I got from you, which is from you. Okay, I say, Captain, the computer has some type of load on it. My console is experiencing processing lags. So I was trying to track the problem down. Blah, 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 blah.
But then I think the captain had an order for somebody too before
Yeah.
I cut him off.
Yeah, I ordered the commander to radio other ships and see if they were experiencing any issues.
I held the Klingon vessel to see if they're experiencing any unknown power issues with their vessel.
So the Klingons respond back in their Klingon arrogance that everything is operating normal.
Figures.
Stroll hits his comm badge. Security report condition throughout the ship.
Security just reports back to you the same power fluctuation, lights flickering, stuff like that.
Okay. Captain, I got nothing new from my angle.
I tapped my comm badge. What's the name of the chief engineer, real quick?
Saru,
Jaru.
It's like Drew.
Jaru.
Lieutenant Drew.
Yes, Captain.
What's the progress on our diagnostics? What are we seeing?
We're still trying to trace the problem now, sir, but it looks like it's coming from the new sensor arrays.
Shut it off.
Aye, sir. And then you guys will lose the bonus.
For
Ah.
sensors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the sensors.
Do we
Or reroll.
do we also, Lieutenant?
Or,
That being the engineering lieutenant.
Yes, Captain.
Has that solved our problems?
Some of the systems are showing to be coming back online, sir, but I must advise that it is going to be more difficult to navigate through this area of space without those sensors.
Well, we have other ships out there, and we have pretty decent sensors. This ship is equipped with pretty decent sensors compared to other Starfleet vessels, so I think we'll be fine, Lieutenant.
Aye, sir. I'll switch them off.
So are
I-
are we without? This is out of character. Are we without navigation sensors, or just the exterior sensor package that was added on?
Just the upgrades to the sensors were reverted.
And we'll be good.
Yeah.
Captain, I shall have no difficulty navigating this ship, even with limited sensors. Our standard sensors will be sufficient, as you say.
Commander,
Yes, Captain.
secure us from yellow alert, and you have the bridge.
Aye, sir.
And I'm going to go to my ready room.
All right. One moment. Before you head off to the ready room, you hear a how should I say? You hear an alarm coming from the ops position.
Captain, before you go, we just detected an explosion aboard the Mapool.
Red alert.
And the sirens for red alert go off and the lights dim.
Detail.
I'm trying to find out more information.
Commander, hail them.
Aye, sir. Opening hailing frequencies.
There's no response to hails.
They've just dropped out of warp, Captain.
Bring the fleet out of warp.
Plotting intercept course, Captain.
All right, just as you guys drop out of warp, you feel the shake hit around you, and it's a violent shake.
We've been struck by some sort of electromagnetic pulse.
Starrell,
Yes, sir.
find out what that was.
Isn't Ops doing the sensors now?
That's right.
Captain, do you want me to try and scan for an origin point for that EM pulse?
As quickly as possible, please.
All right.
All right, so the scan is going to be reason and either security, science, or engineering, assisted by the ship's sensors and science. Base difficulty of 2. I believe you also have advanced sensors, so it might be difficulty 1.
There are advanced sensors on the Imjin.
Yep.
So it would be difficulty 2 then.
Hey,
And then whoever's controlling the ship sheet, which I
sensor
believe.
science, you said?
Oh, did I say that? Yeah, sensors and science.
All right.
I don't know who has the ship though.
I have it up right now. So
I have access to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we all have access to both ships.
All right.
Make it easy. 2 successes.
Perfect.
Captain, we might be able to adjust our shield modulation to insulate our ship from the worst of the effects, but the convoy is unshielded.
Do what you can and find out the origin point.
Yes, sir.
I'll start working on those shields, sir.
Captain, advise we have the convoy move to a safe distance.
Commander, radio. What? This is a real quick out of character question. Was anyone appointed like the head person of the convoy, or am I like? Is this some like share the convoy with the Klingon?
You're pretty much the head of the convoy.
Commander,
Yes.
tell the Klingon ship to escort the convoy to a safe distance while we investigate.
Aye, sir. And I I hail the Klingon vessel and tell them. And then I open general hand and tell them that the Klingon vessel is going to escort them to a safe distance while we investigate this anomaly.
So the Klingons report back that their engines are offline. and they are requesting assistance for repairs.
Commander, inform them that that with our shields up, we're not going to be able to send them any help, and we're not lowering our shields. So they will have to make do in the meantime. And tell the convoy to stay on top of the Klingon ship. That's their only chance.
There's only one Klingon ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that's damaged, and then so the convoy would be unprotected.
I don't know if we know if they still have weapons. We just know they have problems.
They said their engines are offline.
Yeah. I'm assuming they still have weapons and shields.
Captain, we could send a shuttle over there.
Before we go on with the role playing a little bit, someone said that they were going to take care of the shields.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
All right. That task is going to be either reason or engineering, or reason and science, assisted by the ship structure and engineering. Difficulty 2.
For modulate shields?
Yes.
That's a tactical task.
Yes. It's a it's a tactical task. It's modulate shields is task control plus security.
It's a we'll let you use I'll let you use reason and security then. It's still difficulty 2 because you're trying to adjust for the electromagnetic interference. So it's a little different than just remodulating them.
Okay.
But I'll let you use your security skill.
And then it should be assisted by the ship's structure and
engineering. Yeah.
Yeah. So whoever has control of that,
I can do that.
All right. So you are able to adjust the ship's shields, and as soon as you do that, you notice that a lot of the vibrations caused from the electromagnetic interference has at least lessened.
Captain, I've had some success in minimizing the damage on our ship.
Where are we at with finding out where it's coming from?
Stroll looks over to Ops.
Yeah, I need to do a roll for that, right?
Yeah, go ahead and do that same roll you did before.
Reason science?
Yep.
Hey!
Nice.
And need the ship.
All right. Sensors. Well, that banks us some momentum.
Yep, I got 2 right now. There's that information, and this does have more information that you guys can use obtain information spends on.
What are we seeing?
The eddies seem to be originating from an interstellar dust cloud spanning this region of the expanse. It's gas, dust, plasma, sending off EM waves in many directions.
What else can we find out?
So, like, in order to obtain the information, you would spend momentum, and you would get to ask questions to try to.
That was in character to the chief petty officer.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Captain. It seems to be a fairly normal phenomenon. We could try to modulate our sensors to scan through it.
Get on that, Chief.
All right.
And I tap my comm badge to engineering. Lieutenant,
Yes, Captain.
what can I expect if I lower the shields to assist the Klingons from this dust?
Any damage to the ship should be minimal, sir. If we keep our shields down, if we lower them quickly.
Well, go ahead and get some damage repair teams ready, because I'm going to send over some people to the Klingon. So the shields will be down momentarily.
Aye, sir.
Commander,
Yes, Captain.
I think yellow alert is more appropriate, and let's send. Why don't you take a repair team over to the Klingons?
Will do, Captain. I would also recommend maybe moving the convoy and the Imjin to a little bit safer distance for the meantime, while we get repairs underway on the Klingon vessel.
Ensign,
Sir, I have course intercept to the Klingon vessel plotted and ready to go.
let's send the commander over, and once they're over, commander tell the convoy to move to a safe distance from this interference, and we'll tell the Klingons to be prepared to be towed, and inform them of your presence, that you're coming.
Aye, Captain, but I would recommend that the convoy not be unprotected.
We're going to move with the convoy.
Aye, sir. I open a channel and relay the message.
All right. The Klingons say they'll lower their shields to allow transport, and they are standing by.
I'm gonna take. If someone wants to play like a support medic officer to help with maybe the injured if they have any, but at least 2 or 3 engineers.
Commander,
Yes.
with our recent introduction to these Klingons, I want you to get with Sorrel and take a small security team, but have them in engineering uniforms.
The color is kind of the same.
Yeah, this would be the same color.
Oh, that's right. I sometimes I forget that security is not red.
So he wants the security guards carrying repair kits with phasers inside.
They can carry their normal phasers on them, because they would be carrying phasers anyways. They can carry regular repair kits and regular phasers. Because there's no way I can get them on the ship with carrying Type 3 phaser rifles or anything. So,
Type 1 can be concealed.
well, they already are going to have Type 2 on them. So I don't need, there's no way to get anything more powerful for them.
Right.
Like, it's just standard procedure for us to send them with phasers, and I'm not going to negotiate with the Klingons on this point. Like, you'll already be on their ship when it happens, so you're just going with phasers. But I want you to you to go with the engineers you need, and a couple of security guards.
Alright. Starell,
Yes, sir.
send 2 of your best security officers and have them bring an engineering kit with them.
As you wish, sir. Stroll sends his second, which is what's his face character.
Mario.
Yeah, that guy and unknown security number 43.
Lieutenant Drow, can you spare two engineers with you, or to spare two engineers to go over the Klingon vessel?
Aye, sir.
Have them meet me in transporter room 1.
They're on the way, Commander.
And if you excuse me, Captain, I'll be on my way to transporter room to head over the Klingon vessel.
Maneuvering to transporter range.
All right. So, because of the interference with the electromagnetic systems, so in order to transport over successfully, it's going to be a control and engineering or science task difficulty. I'm going to spend 2 threat and make it a difficulty 3.
Okay. Captain, transporting through this EM radiation will be rather difficult. May I head down to the transporter room?
No, if you think it's gonna be that difficult, I'm not gonna lose anyone to some phenomenon in a transporter. Just man your station, and I tap my comm badge. XL,
Yes, Captain.
looks like you're gonna need to take one of the shuttles. The transporters, it's not worth risking y'all over some transporter glitch.
Aye, sir. So, away team, head over to the shuttle bay. We're going to take a shuttle over to the Klingon vessel. Transporting will be too hazardous.
And they head over to the shuttle bay.
What class shuttle? Just curious.
I don't even think we talked about what class of shuttles they have.
We never
Okay.
did, no.
Take a Type 9!
I'm arguing for some kind of like peregrine.
I think that's a scale 2. The attack fighters are. So, your
It's
choices,
I
like
was
the most
expecting-
combat-oriented ship you could have would be the Class 9 shuttlecraft, so I suggested it.
Considering how many we're taking, though, we're going to have to probably take a Type 8.
Type 9 can hold up to like 6, 7 people.
Well, whatever size you need to carry the commander, the probably
It's
2
5.
security people. Yeah, there's 5 right now.
I don't know, just thinking about your ship and thinking about what it makes sense for you guys to have.
I don't know enough about shuttlecraft really. I haven't looked at it in the book, so I can't really
It's-
give any.
The Type
Yeah,
8 and Type 9 are in the command book.
Yeah, I've got that open here. So your Type 8 is just an upgraded Type 6. It's got slightly better stats. It has the rugged design talent, whereas your Type 9 is it has improved impulse drive talent, means more maneuverable. And all right, no, you're actually right. Class 8 would be better. Its crew complement is like 3 or 4.
Plus 6 passengers.
No, that's 2 passengers and 1 pilot.
Yeah, Type 9 is plus 1, and then, or 1 crew complement and plus 2 passengers for the Type 9, and then the Type 8
Right.
is 2 crew complement plus 6 passengers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got your 5 passengers, and you can choose 2 other people to pilot the shuttle. Like you're a commander, you can grab someone just standing around and order them to assist you.
So yeah, we'll take the Type 8 over.
All right, and before you guys launch, are you going to take the one with or without weapons?
They both have weapons.
Well, like it matters because if you have one armed, I get more threat. If you take the one that's unarmed, I don't get threat.
No,
I
that
think they'd have to take a class 7 to have it be unarmed. The class 8 and the class 9 would both be armed.
I know, but it's an escalation to take an armed shuttle. So even though their weapons are standard, it's an escalation to have weapons on a shuttle. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
I mean, the commander's the one making those decisions right now.
well, the real question is, would we even have a Type 7?
How many shuttles can we have?
3, I think. Type 4. If you're it's one lower than your scale.
Well, seeing as we're a tactical ship, it makes sense to have more armed than unarmed. That's just my take.
Yeah, I'd say we'd probably have 2 Type 8s and a Type 7 for diplomatic reasons. We're going to have an unarmed ship.
So like the real question is, are you guys expecting trouble to where you're going to need to take have an armed one?
I'm not, but so I guess we'll just take if we're having we have Type 7s, then we'll just take the Type 7 over since it can carry more crew over there.
Okay. All right, so I would just need to know who's flying and all that fun stuff.
If someone wants to make a support character real quick for a pilot, they can, or I can fly.
What's your con?
3.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine for piloting a shuttle.
We're already using, I think, 1 security and 2 engineers for supporting, right? So that'll leave us 1 left, I think.
Well, it could be NPC'd, so
Right.
it wouldn't count against us for anchor because they wouldn't technically go on and be part of the away team.
I'm just asking because there is a task role involved. That's the only reason I'm asking who's flying.
I think Commander can fly.
I mean,
Yeah,
the commander's the one down there. If he needs anything, he'll call up, but I'm assuming he's going to solve the situation.
So now, we'll head over there. I mean, how bad were the gravimetrical waves in the EM?
it is going to make it difficult to navigate through because you got to kind of avoid them. So that's why you have the task roll.
Like, would I know? But what I'm asking, I guess, is would I know this? That would a better like taking a more experienced pilot other than myself be more advantageous to ensure the safety since we're not.
Well, you have a con of 3, so you're a pretty accomplished pilot yourself.
And you can always just spend one of the momentum that we have to bump your dice up if you feel.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll pilot then.
Okay, so it's you and a bunch of NPCs then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so you're able to launch. You launch out of the shuttle bay. In order to successfully avoid the electromagnetic interferences, the task roll is going to be control or daring plus con, difficulty 3.
I'm gonna buy 2 dice, so
You only have
I know
2 momentum, so you can only.
I'll buy
unless-
buying a threat
Okay, so you're giving me three threat, or are you going to use a combination?
combination.
Okay, so I'll bank 2 threat, and then you'll spend 1 momentum. So you
How
got
much-
1 left.
How much threat are you up to?
2, 3, 4, 5.
He had to do some serious
w-
counting there, so I'm
no,
going to suggest
yeah,
that we
I was only
we
buying
end the
one
threat
threat.
at this point.
I'm at 12 threat.
Yeah, let's hold off on the threat here.
You can just
After-
buy 1 die for 1 momentum, and 3 die should be enough for the roll. Unless you want to be super safe.
Nah, I'll just spend the 1 momentum.
All right, so it'll be 3 dice. Then if you have any relevant focuses for piloting or anything like that. All right, you successfully navigate through the interference and are able to dock with the Klingon ship.
we get momentum.
No, it's a difficulty 3.
Okay.
So once you get to the Klingon ship, it's just I don't want to say chaos, but it's pretty tense over there. And the captain is just yelling orders at trying to get his ship back in order.
I go up to the captain.
So he turns to you, Starfleet, it's about time you get here. Your damn sensor array caused all these problems aboard my ship. I want you to fix it.
I assure you, it wasn't. We had nothing. It was not our new sensor array, but we did find that there was a kind of anomaly. Was it again? Sorry.
Gravimetric.
Electromagnetic.
There's an electromagnetic anomaly in the region, and that's what caused your system or your engines to blow out.
We've flown through this part of space before, and it wasn't until your sensors were in ship that we have problems.
Well, we have taken those sensors offline because they were causing problems on our end, and those were more system problems than they were caused by this anomaly.
And now you decide to tell me that information. Just fix my engines and get off my ship. It's the least you can do.
Wow.
We'll get right on it. And I order the engineering teams and the two phony engineer officers to assist.
Just have them scan things.
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to do on the ship while all this is taking place?
I do want to scan though, to see what actually is going on, like their system.
While they're over there, I want to make a scan to try and clear up our sensors and scan through this electromagnetic interference.
All right. So we'll do the sensors first. You don't seem any. You can't really gather any more information from the system.
Okay.
And in security, it seems like a power converter overloaded near the engine core, and it damaged the warp and impulse drives.
Wait, like,
That was for my scan.
Whoever's on the Klingon ship, yes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's nothing the NPCs can't take care of, and they eventually get it fixed. They eventually get the engines back online.
Lieutenant Commander,
yes, sir.
let's bring the shields back up.
Raise the shields. Shields are up, sir.
All right, so yeah, the engines are back online. They seem like the repairs will hold. The Klingons do take the sensors offline. And so, what do you guys do on the Klingon vessel?
I apologize to the captain. Say I'm sorry. It was just a recent development. Our systems. I try to explain to him or her.
It's a him.
Okay.
It's definitely a him.
I try to explain to him that we had the same malfunction at the exact same time that they had, so there was no warning time. If I need to make like a persuasion check to kind of calm them down, I will.
he just kind of like smugly just kind of waves you and says, "It's time for you to go, Commander."
Will do. I tap my comm badge. Commander Prax to Imjin.
Yes, Commander.
We got everything squared away here on the clean-in vessel, and we're heading back.
Understood.
And
Right. So as you're in the shuttle, go ahead and give me that same roll.
I'm using the last momentum.
Okay. All right. So as you're heading back to the ship, where am I? All right. So as you guys are tracking the shuttle away from the ship, warning alarms go off on the tactical panel as 3 heavily armored freighters emerge from behind the swirls of electromagnetic energy, accompanied by 8 small 2-seat fighters. The ships are carrying no distinctive markings that you guys can see, and they're standard models of starships coming with independent merchants and mercenary guilds. One of the freighters is moving toward the Klingon vessel, while the other 2 freighters are heading straight toward your ship. And the fighters are heading toward the cargo vessels, and one breaks off to try to engage the shuttle.
Sir, and I relay all that. That's on the display.
Red alert, let's recover the shuttle. Let's cover and recover the shuttle, and let's focus on the closest freighter.
All right, so as you guys try to get your bearings, the lead freighter targets your vessel.
Captain, we're being locked on by the lead freighter.
Return fire.
Captain, I suggest we contact Starfleet and request reinforcements.
All right, hold on, guys. So they shot at you.
We do have our shields up.
So they fire at you, and they are able to hit your shields, but you take the shields reflect the incoming disruptor's fire.
Take 2 shield damage.
No, because you have a resistance of 4.
Can we detect?
So before we go any further, so how space combat works is essentially it's just like ground combat in that it's going to alternate turns. So like the one ship went first, then one of your crew will go first. Then, if you guys have skills or any whatever to keep the turn to you, otherwise it'll go back to them until everybody goes. So make sense, hopefully?
Yeah.
So because they kind of came out and dropped right on you guys, they kind of got the drop in you, I'll let them fire first. So now it'll go back to you guys to make your first move.
I'm going to direct Sterile to fire on that on the freighter that fired on us.
Okay. So Sterile, it's going to be your what the hell was it? Whatever your tactical position says it is to fire a weapon. It's going to be your control and security. And it's going to be assisted by the ship's weapon and security. And this task is also assisted by the captain using
The applicable attribute is pretty much what direct says, if I recall.
Does
It
it
says
really?
command skill. It says using the command skill.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
it's probably going to be your presence and command then.
Yeah, it was like the attribute had like 4 different options.
Yeah.
It
Okay,
can't get
and,
better than presence and command.
and I also have a focus of starship weapon, so can I add that as a focus?
Sure can.
So it's a 1 dice roll for me.
Yes. So yeah, so he gets 2. So Sorel gets 2 dice. The ship gets 1 dice, and the captain gets 1 dice for this.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Nice.
And I'm
Where's
rolling.
the ship? That's 2 momentum.
Yep. All right. So then you could go ahead and use the ship's. I'm assuming phasers to shoot to deal
Yeah.
damage to the freighter.
Yeah,
I mean, you can also use quantum torpedoes.
Well, I would have. He's not
I
going to use
would've-
torpedoes unless ordered by me.
no, I would default to phasers because I mean, did we know if they have shields or not? Or
They have shields, yes.
okay, yeah, so I use the phaser.
So yeah, whoever has the ship sheet out, go ahead and roll the damage for the phasers.
If someone else wants to do this, feel free. I just happen to have it up, and I was handling our ship combat last time, so.
All right, so that looks like so far you did 6 damage, and then with the versatile 2, you get basically 2 momentum to spend on stuff, I believe.
And the reason behind that is because at least on I don't know how it works in this game, but like in like Star Trek Online and in the shows, torpedoes don't really do that much damage to the shields. So
I believe in this system, they just do a flat damage.
Yeah. Also they raise threat, so that would be a weapon you'd probably defer to me to order you to use.
Yeah.
So you have
Okay.
2 momentum to spend on starship
So-
combat.
can we since he commanded it, he said he would command that, and he got the double crit. Can we roll the torpedo instead then?
I don't think we want to roll the torpedo.
Yeah, the phaser's a good opening move.
The torpedoes would add threat to me.
Yeah, that's why I'm holding off on that because he's got too much.
So with your versatile 2 weapon quality, you guys can you guys basically, since it was a successful attack, get 2 bonus momentum to
Yeah.
spend toward the starship combat momentum spend, which if you guys have the book, it's on page 232. But
If you
you
don't have
could
that open, it's in space combat.
right. So you could use it for bonus damage, penetration. You could re-roll the damage. You could use 2 momentum for a devastating attack. You could use the 2 to do a swift task.
What is
would
a swift
say-
task?
The character may attempt 1 additional task, but it increases the difficulty by 1 over what the task would normally be.
Like firing phasers twice. Otherwise, you could use determination.
Could I
to do
use
it that way.
is it possible to use that to recover the shuttlecraft?
How would you try to recover the shuttlecraft?
Captain, we can maneuver over there using attack pattern.
We would get as close as we would get them in position and then drop shields only long enough for them to get through the shields and then raise them again.
All right, so just so you know how shields work, if you lower them, it won't be able to be turned down until the next round.
Then we're not going to do that.
So like you couldn't have your security officer lower them and then have someone else raise them. It would have to wait until the next round for them to turn back on.
Then let's just do a devastating strike against the freighter.
Captain, I recommend an attack pattern to prepare torpedoes for high yield detonation. I'm ready to do that.
Let's belay the use of torpedoes right now. Lieutenant Commander, hit them again.
Yes, sir. Targets.
Okay, so you guys are using the swift task to fire again, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I was
Uh,
thinking we could. Okay, I was thinking we could just use the momentum to hit them with the devastating strike. Wouldn't that do just more damage flat out?
So a devastating attack, it would
Or we would have to wait for that.
so like you would roll in another ship's system, and that system would take half damage basically.
So
Okay,
one of
let's
their
just
hits
do the
takes
swift strike. Let's just do the swift strike.
Yeah, if we hit it, blows through and does more, additional like 50% more with 2 momentum costs.
Oh, and can someone roll me a 20-sided really quick? Just so I know what system that hit. Because you guys were just shooting at the ship, you didn't designate what you were aiming at, so I got to see where the randomness of firing phasers hits. All right, it just hit the structure. Okay, so it just hit the hull.
And here's the following shot.
All right, and then it's going to be assisted by the ship's weapons and whatever. And it is difficulty 3 because of the... Yep, just like that. So go ahead and roll damage again.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. That's a lot of twos.
That's like breach.
Yeah, that's so after you do a secondary attack really quick with your phasers, the lead vessel that you were aiming at is its shields are down, and roll another
Wow.
roll another d20. And it has multiple hull breaches all over the ship.
Does it still have power?
What's that?
Does it still have power?
Yeah, it just has hull breaches. Like it's still able to move and stuff. It just it has a lot of hull breaches now, and it's almost killed off essentially. So do you guys have 2 momentum, or did I mistake that?
We have 2 that we haven't spent yet. We have 2 that we just spent, and we should have 2 more that we just got from Versatile. So we should have 2 regular momentum and
you
2
have
ship momentum.
Yeah, you have 2 bonus momentum to spend on stuff.
I'd recommend that we use penetration for that. Ignore their resistance on the last strike.
Ooh, I forgot about resistance, but it didn't really matter. This one I would almost say use devastating attack because you're pretty much going to get a breach.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, we can use the 2 ship momentum to do that.
All right. So we're firing the phaser array again.
No. So with devastating attack, just roll the d20 again. Then whatever system that rolls is going to get half the damage, which is essentially going to blow it up because it's another breach.
Yeah, because we did like 7 points.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you did 10. So this attack is going to do 5 points against the computers minus the resistance. So it'll do 2, but the shields are down, so it's another breach because the shields are down.
Right.
So the last attack volley completely destroys that freighter. And then it'll finally be their turn again.
Captain, we've disabled one of the ships.
I would call that a little more than disabled, Commander. Keep firing.
The ship that was in formation with that first one, attempts to fire on you.
Wow.
7. I should probably roll a d20 myself against your structure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you guys are going to take 3 points of damage from that second volley, or from the second ship's damage. Oh, and don't forget, you guys are down 2 points of power because of the 2 phaser attacks.
Right. I did forget about that.
And how does the regenerative shield thing come into play during all this? Like, since we got hit, our ship has that regenerative ability.
Improved shield recharge.
Let me
Yeah,
see what it does.
Yeah, it's not written down on the ship sheet for what it does. Just improve shield recharge.
Yeah. What page are the ship talents on?
The
Anybody know offhand?
Yeah, I got it. It just whenever we regenerate the shields, it shipper gains 3 points of shield plus 3 more for each momentum spent.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So yeah, for the task, the regenerate shields. Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is a internal systems. So that would be me.
Yeah, if you need to.
Right.
I think you only took 3 points, and
Mhm.
yeah. So it's going to go back to your turns. Whoever wants to go next. So far the captain and the
Sturl.
Does
And
it
Sterl
count
have-
as him having go since I used direct to like kind of force him to do it?
No, that was your turn, but then you used the swift task to have him go.
Ah.
That's what I would have did anyway, so obviously.
I'd like to scan for weakness.
Okay.
So this is-
Just tell me what the
Control science.
difficulty was, because I do not remember.
is a difficulty 1 task. Scan for weakness. Control science. Assisted by the ship's sensor security. All right.
You guys bank a momentum, and your next attack gains piercing 2. The next attack before his next turn gains piercing 2.
So, Captain, that freighter has a weakness in its port shielding.
Sterl hit him with everything we've got.
All right, so it's going to go back to them, and all the fighters move within close range of the convoy. So the fighters are grouped into 4 groups of 2, and they all just moved within close range of each one of the convoys. There's 4 convoys.
That's all they do.
And they take a quick shot at the freighters, but just like warning shots. So it'll go back to you guys.
Who do we have left?
Captain, I recommend an attack pattern, Gamma 3 Alpha, which will take us to the center of those 4, allowing the tactical officer to make a multiple phaser strike on all 4 convoys if we're lucky.
Make it so.
I am going to do that. It's daring and con with difficulty of 2, assisted by ship's weapon and con. I'm not going to use any momentum. I'm just going to rely on.
You can use the momentum.
Okay, so just so you guys get a basis of where everything's at. Right now, you guys are probably in long range of the convoy. As well as the Mapal, they're both in long range of the convoy. And the shuttle is probably halfway between the Mapal and the ship. And the Imjin.
Okay.
And I forgot about the fighter that was heading toward the shuttle.
You want me to use momentum, or I don't want to use direct captain? That's pretty much your standing order.
No, you can use momentum because I can generate momentum.
All right, I'm going to go with 1 momentum. And
Are you doing a attack pattern?
yeah, I'm doing attack pattern from page 222. Daring and con with difficulty of 2.
Okay.
I got to do the ship's weapons and con. Now here's my roll for me. So that makes it plus ship. Page. Ship's page assistance is weapons plus con. So that's going to be plus con. And the dice roll is going to be, they don't have extra, no focus. The ship also. Nothing. Okay, so I have a complication also.
Yep. So the difficulty was 2. So you at least for the until your next turn, the difficulty to
Attack.
a ship is reduced by 1.
Yeah.
So our
And-
next attack is going to be really good.
Right. And
So we have a complication.
right. So that costs a power, and actually you gain a bonus. You gain momentum instead of that because it's already at 1. All right. No, it's not because he has piercing 2. Never mind. And the complication. So as you try to do your attack pattern, you misjudge one of the electromagnetic pulses, and it just clips the ship, draining 3 power.
Ooh, okay. We're
So,
down to 5
so-
power.
So yeah, in that roll, you should have lost 4 total.
Yeah.
All right.
And then it'll go back to them. The fighter that's at the that's going after the shuttle is going to try to attack the shuttle. Thank you for more threat roll. Oh, I don't have. Do I not? Did I not put weapons on these? Son of a. The one thing I forgot to put on here, I forgot to put what their weapons were. Stand by.
I think that means they don't have weapons.
No, they do.
They're suicidal. They're kamikazes.
It wasn't an issue because they didn't shoot in the last round. Okay, 3 challenge dice, not a big deal. And versatile 2. So. Oop, forgot to hit enter. Okay. Versatile 2. So I'm going to have it do 5 points of damage to the shuttle. What's the shuttle scale?
Shuttles are scale 1.
One.
All right, so it's going to do 4 points of damage to the shields.
Okay, I'm making the character sheet for it right now, since we don't have one.
Cool. But I'm assuming the shields are more than 4.
I'll find out. I'll get back to you since I'm not making it.
Shields are 3
Oh,
for a class 7 shuttle.
all right then. So you got a breach on the shuttle's sensors.
Wow.
And I believe that makes it the commander on the shuttle's roll.
I'm gonna do evasive maneuvers.
Okay. I believe that was a success, correct?
Yeah, the shuttle also gets one, but I don't know what its stats are. So
Let's see, class 7 shuttle, that would be engines and con. That's a total of 7. I mean, 9, sorry.
All right, so yeah, just roll a d20.
and that 2
And
momentum.
that's, yep. Was it difficulty 1 to do that?
Yeah, evasive
Alright.
action is difficult. Or
Yes, difficulty 1.
You are correct. Difficulty 1. So yeah, I got you at 5 momentum now.
it makes them harder to hit us whenever they do it again. So by
Yeah,
one.
and it makes, well, I mean, you don't have weapons, so yeah.
Detriments of taking a class 7 shuttle.
That's why I made sure what you guys took.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up as well.
Yep. Okay, so it's going to go back. I believe that's all the player characters. So it's going to go to the freighter that's on the Klingon ship, is I believe what's left to go for them. And they miss, and then I believe the Klingon ship is all that's left. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Holy crap. So yeah, they just did 12 damage.
Wow.
Vaporized.
So in one blast, the Klingon ship completely took down their shields. And got some sizable damage on their structure. And I believe that will take it back to them, whose freighter is on you.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. They actually hit very good this time. Oh, wait. No, they didn't.
Yeah, we raised the difficulty.
So they missed. Yeah, that's right. They missed.
They missed very well, though.
They did. They did.
Vaporized a piece of space dust.
Yeah, well, they shot where you were because of the excellent evasive action or combat maneuver. Red attack pattern does that, right? Am I thinking the right thing?
Attack pattern decreases the shot difficulty of our outgoing fire. It does not do evasive action. The shuttle was doing evasive action.
Oh, so you weren't. So this does hit you. Okay.
That's to be clear. That's the shuttle was evading. We were not. We're doing an attack pattern to dive in
Okay.
towards all 4 ships at long range, close in the distance, so that hopefully our phaser officer can do multi-fire, and all his difficulty is 1 less for every shot he takes.
Right. Okay, so that changes things. So you do get hit, and you guys are going to take 6 damage, and you are going to take 1 breach on your computers. And are your shields down?
You said 6 damage?
Correct.
No, our shields are not down.
Okay. But you do have a impact on your communications. So until it's restored, you can't
Communications?
use. Yeah. So until it's restored, you can't use your comms.
Okay.
And it'll go back to you guys.
Strel, hit him with everything you've got.
Yes, sir. What do you want me to take out first, the fighters or the freighter?
Is this the freighter that we damaged?
Yes. I said their shields were down, were they?
No, we destroyed the first one.
We destroyed one freighter, and there's one that's at full.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the full one.
And then we moved since then, right?
No, he instead of moving, he did a attack pattern.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So really, the only option we have is the freighter.
Yep. All right. Let's roll targets, the freighter and fires. Oh, what difficulty is it, by the way?
I believe it'll be difficulty 1 with piercing 2.
What's piercing?
It ignores 2 resistance, I believe. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's what piercing does.
How do I set that on there?
Just roll. I'll do the math
Okay.
because that's more or less for damage.
There you go.
All right,
So then the ship's roll.
Oh, you can use momentum whenever you need to. Like you can use momentum at will. That may not be important anymore, but you can.
Well, you're at full,
Yeah.
and if you get 1 bonus, you could use it for something. Then
Yeah.
Your medical officers in 10 forward.
the who? Oh,
Your medical officer.
yeah.
Since we hit the phasers and we have versatile quality, we should get bonus momentum, I think. For that hit.
Well, I mean, you do have 2, but depending on what the ship rolls, you might have 3 that you could spend.
Right. Sorry, haven't rolled the ship. Weapons, security. Sorry for roll. Here we go.
Yeah, so you were at full from the task roll. You guys get versatile 2, which is 2 bonus momentum for the damage, and then you get 1 more bonus momentum that could probably go in there as well. So you just got to roll the damage.
Phasers again. I'm assuming, Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay.
I see medical officer broadcasting, but I do not hear anything from them.
All right. So right now you're at 5 damage.
Yeah. We might want to spend that versatile 2 for a reroll for those other 4 die.
Oh wait, I lied. You get piercing 2, so so you're at 5, and 4 will go through right now.
Mm-hmm. I'd recommend that we use a reroll for one of those versatile momentum spends to reroll 4 of those damage die.
Let's do it.
That came out blank. All right. Challenge die. 4. Okay, so
Yeah, because you guys roll 7.
let's see, 8.
You're secure.
Security's 4 and phaser array damage is 4.
Okay, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're at 8 damage right now, and you still got 2 momentum.
Mm-hmm.
You spend whatever you want to spend.
So yeah, right now, as it stands, they have 1 shield point left.
Personally, I say we should just pour those last 2 momentum into bonus damage.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Bonus damage. Sorry,
That's
guys.
2 more damage.
All right.
I got my book in the mail. Well, actually, it's at my house, but I'm not at my house. I'll be there not next week, but the week after that. So I should be
Yeah, no worries, man.
should know all this stuff then.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, you with that volley, you take down their shields 100%, and roll a d20 for system.
Hang on there. I need to find it.
I believe that's structure again, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Okay. And you get Where is it? I think that's a disabled or structure, correct? Yep, yeah, and their hull has several breaches in
They're streaming
in
atmosphere.
their hull. Yep, they're venting atmosphere, correct.
Bodies flying in space. Yes.
All right, so I believe we'll go to them. So the fighters dock or basically dock with the convoys. And so they're in they're touched. So basically they're at the airlocks and they're docked alongside it. And then whoever is next.
How much momentum do we have?
6.
We're all full.
Do we have anybody who can shoot at them? Oh, right, Commander.
Shuttle.
Why don't you do some stuff?
Commander's in the shuttle.
Oh, he can't do anything.
Nope.
We have shuttles in the bay, though. I mean, that would be the only other thing that could attack from us.
Well, I mean, anybody can make a firing task. It's just the difficulty goes up.
Like shoot the phasers.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, and don't forget you lost another power.
Yeah, we're down to 4 power. Which, when it comes back around to me, I'd like to do something about.
Do torpedoes take power?
No, but they had
No.
threat.
Correct.
And what ships are left standing other than the docked ships?
You got the one fighter that is going after the shuttle. And the shuttle has lost its shields, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, and we have a breach. So next, if we get hit again, we're pretty much dead.
And then the other freighter that the Klingons attack, it's pretty much dead in the water. Like one more hit is going to finish that off, and your ship just needs 2 more breaches to finish that off.
Our ship is in the one we're on, or the one we're firing at.
The one you're firing on. You guys just have a impacted computer core.
I'm going to leap from my chair to the commander's empty console and attempt to fire phasers at the fighter that's threatening him.
Okay.
And I would like to use a value to assist me.
All right. What's the value?
It's crew above ship. So I don't really care. Like, I don't care that there's a freighter right next to me that's threatening my ship. I care more about not losing my commander who I know is in distress.
Okay, I will allow it. And then the difficulty is going to be 2 because we add 1 and you still get subtracted 1. So the difficulty is 2. You could use the determination. So you roll. So you're going to roll 2, and then the ship gets the roll.
And that is what? That's
Control and security, I believe.
control security 2.
All right, and then the ship.
Weapons security.
And damage. And you're going after the fighter, right?
The fighter, yeah.
Okay.
Damage. Phasers.
Yeah, so you jump over to his command console You type in a few commands, transferring over control of the weapons to the console, and you just obliterate that ship in one phaser shot.
That's no blanks.
That is not. And you have a bonus momentum, but I guess it kind of, unless you use it, it goes away. And you got the 2 from the shot. So you got 3 floating around right now.
As we pass the explosion, I'm going to say, continue on course to the groups of fighters, Captain.
Can you keep the initiative?
You could you could spend the 2 momentum for Swift Task, and you can send it. Or is Swift Task the character that went, right? Is that, am I reading that right?
Character.
Yeah, that's how I read it.
Okay, but you could use that 2 extra momentum to maintain your turn. So you could spend the 2 extra momentum and give him the turn instead of it going to them.
I could spend 4 to keep it for myself. Because it's the swift task and the keep the momentum.
Right. Well, versatile only allows you to use those space combat momentum spends. So yeah, you could use Swift Task on yourself for those 2 momentum, because otherwise they're just going to go to waste. And then you could use 2 of our pooled momentum to keep the initiative.
I'm going to do all of those things, and I'm going to fire at the freighter that's next to us.
All right.
All right,
And
so
because
this
you're using the same thing, it goes up by 1, I think.
Yeah, so this is going to be difficulty 3.
And
Or actually, I'm sorry, this is going to be difficulty 4 because you're not on the same system. That the screen is not set up for tactical, so you're using like a inferior console. So this one should actually be, the last one should have been difficulty 3. This one should be difficulty 4.
yeah, we made 3 successes last time.
Right. Yeah. I'm not worried about that. So this one is difficulty 4, and that's
Okay.
with the subtraction.
So how much momentum do I have left to buy dice?
You have 6.
Then
No, we
I'm
have
going.
4, don't we?
No, you were full, and then you got 3 more.
Oh, the determination spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you use 2 there, and then you use 2 of the bank, so you have 5. Yeah. 2.
then I'm going.
Yep.
How many do I need to spend 3 to get 2 more dice?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy up to 4 dice. And
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a control insecurity.
All right. Wow.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Do you have a focus on?
I have the only 2 that even come close are evasive maneuver.
I know, but you have the focus used on.
Oh, how do I undo that?
You just had to put it to focus no.
Oh, it
used
didn't.
No.
Oh, neither of them were highlighted, so I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So
So
how do I undo that?
so hold on. So you don't have 7. You have 1,
5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you have 5 successes. So you
Okay.
do hit, and you actually bank a momentum from that.
Still a really good roll.
Yeah, yeah. Because it was a 4, a 3, a 1, which gave 1 of the 2s, and a 10.
And the
All of them
assist.
hits. Yeah, and you still got the ship assist.
Ship weapon security. No.
Okay. So now you can roll the damage. And you're shooting the freighter, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That has its shields down.
Now those 2s are legitimate.
Yes. So with your second blast from the console, You are able to impact the ship right in the weakened area that was pointed out by the chief, and the ship blows up.
Sturl
I
looks
just kind of
dumb.
nod.
Sturl looks dumbfoundedly down at the console and looks around.
Yeah.
Says, Captain, what the hell did you do?
I stand up and I kind of do that like Picard, like like pull down the uniform to kind of like straighten it out and
Picard maneuver.
well, I guess, and kind of return to the captain's chair and look at the ensign and say, "Ensign, let's get on top of those boarded freighters now. Sturell, prepare your security teams to repel boarders on those ships."
Oh, and you guys burn 2 more power.
We're down to 2 power.
So how do we fix that?
I have to make a roll.
Yeah, he has to roll to restore power.
Yeah, when it comes back.
Captain,
around,
we're
Uh,
running
so-
dangerously low on power reserves.
So hold on. So it's going to be their turn. The fighters went, right? Yes. So the freighter near the Mopal just blows up, presumably from a self-destruct. And the Mopal starts heading toward the convoy, but it's still at medium range. And I believe it'll be your turn.
Another attack pattern, Captain, or invasive action? Or do we
Captain,
wanna
we've got a
put-
breach on the computers and extremely low power. We need to do something about our systems right now.
Chief, get us as much power as you can.
Yes, sir. Power management is...
And then once you're done with that, you can burn momentum to keep the turn.
It's going to be all your turn because they've already went.
Okay.
So we're going to finish up all your turns.
Permission to use a momentum for an extra die here?
Go for it.
All right, so you're down to 2?
Yep.
What's the difficulty on this?
It's a difficulty 2, and we're on a iffy thing right now. And also when we spend momentum, we gain an additional power on a success.
Okay.
So test roll 3. Well,
You cannot find any. Does the ship get a assist or no?
yeah, the ship gets an assist on this one, I believe. Sorry, not familiar with these ones.
Yep. I don't expect you. You're the commander on the other ship, so.
No, the ship does not get an assist on this. However,
Oh.
I would like to use a determination here. Engineer at heart.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm using that to re-roll those 2 failures.
Okay.
Because, I can't use it for successes. Task roll 2. Okay.
All right.
There's no power. Wait, there is power.
So you guys gain 2 momentum from that. You use your determination, and you gain however many power it says that you gain.
Yeah, we gain 2 power.
Cool.
So we're back up to 4. Not great, but got a little bit to play with now.
All right, then who has not gone yet?
That would
For this
be
turn.
myself and the
Oh.
ensign.
This also may be too late, but I was just reading my character's stuff, and since I spent a point of determination, I can roll a dice to get it back. Is that still a possibility since it's been a little while, or
Yeah, go ahead.
what do I roll?
Oh, I have
You
no
roll
idea.
1 effect. You roll 1 effect die, so 1 challenge die.
And don't forget to hit enter before you roll it, otherwise it won't work.
Nothing. Yeah, so you get that determination. I have the same talent because I'm also a veteran. You get that determination back if you roll an effect on the challenge die.
And I rolled nothing.
Right. So yeah, I believe it's the commander or the ensign next.
Is the captain going to decide if we're going to jump in?
Oh, I've already issued orders to get us on top of to get us to the freighter things. Or
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so right now you guys are still in long range.
All right, I'm going to use impulse, full impulse, and use the impulse action. It's going to cost me 1 power. Engineer, do we have 1 power for impulse?
We do. Now.
Okay. It's just a maneuver, control, and con with difficulty of 0, assisted by engines and con. I'm going to move from within the long range.
Okay.
So I'll be on top of them like whoop.
Yep.
All right, control and con, engines and con. Shit, difficulty 0. Here goes. Control and con. Control.
What's the difficulty?
It's 0.
Okay.
Because it's a normal helm maneuver, it doesn't have any special. It says power requirement of 1, but other helm subcategory maneuvers are difficulty of 0, but circumstances may increase the difficulty if you wish.
Yeah, let me see exactly what the circumstances here, so I know what to increase.
Right. I'm gonna use my focus of helm operation, and I'm ready with dice roll. Basically, gonna either burn us, get some momentum, or ambush, surprise, plus rank.
Make it difficulty 2 because you still have to navigate around the electromagnetic field.
Okay.
And increase the complication range to 2 because you're trying to go at impulse.
All right, I'm gonna spend another momentum for 3 dice. So we're gonna lose 1 momentum, then I have 3 dice for my task. There goes my roll, plus assisted by ship's engines, which I haven't done yet. It's 2.
An engine's con roll.
Yep. 1 die. You want to roll that?
Yeah.
Since you're an engineer. Okay. Good. On it. We got 1 momentum, and we're in point blank range or short range.
Yep, and you guys engage the impulse, and you get right in the middle of the convoy of the 4 convoy ships. The convoy ships are kind of in a pyramid shape, so you're like right on top in the middle.
Yeah, we don't have the attack pattern now because my turn has already passed, but I could try and do a swift task since we have a momentum to give attack pattern, but it's more difficult. Up to the captain.
The enemy ships are docked with the convoy right now.
Yeah.
All right, and then I believe it's just the commander that has yet to go.
I'm going to open a hailing frequency, like open comm. Enemy vessels, this is Commander Prax. 3 of your ships have been destroyed. I'm ordering you guys to stand down and wait for our security teams to board the vessels to cease hostilities.
You get no response from the comm.
All right. Worth a shot.
And was that your move, right?
I think that's just yeah, I guess that'd be everything.
Okay. So we're at a critical juncture here. So what would be your next action?
Since they're docked, they can't have their shields up, so I'm about to order Starrell to surgically disable their engines.
On what?
On the fighters that are docked.
Okay.
So I just want him. They're not moving. They're pretty much stationary, so they shouldn't be hard to hit, and they don't have shields. So
if you're targeting a specific system, though, the difficulty will go up by 1.
Yeah, and I would say this qualifies as that, and I'm going to increase the complication range because they're attached to the freighters.
I'm going to, since I've succeeded in this scene at a combat situation, I'm going to. Oh shit! Never mind. I don't have a determination to spend. I was going to use follow my lead, but I already used my determination.
Follow my. Oh, I'm kind of tired.
All right, so Captain, what are your orders?
I'm gonna still issue the same order. But we're still in combat, aren't we? Like, do I have a turn where I can do something?
So you get one turn in theory before they would go. So that's why I'm asking, what are you doing?
And we kind of attacked at the same time, so are you gonna still try to fire from your
No, I've given Sturell that command so Sturell can do his best to disable everything he sees and is capable of disabling.
Okay. How many of the fighters are there? Are there still 4?
Okay, so in the ship in front of you, there's a ship on either side that are docked with it. And the same is true for the one to the left of your ship and the one behind your ship. The ship to your right has one fighter attached on the right side of that ship.
Very well. So I'll try to target the 2 that are on one side of the ship, disable their engines. Obviously, with the reduced power need from the ship, so could I fire at 2 fighters and not cost 2 power? Or
Yeah, so I have the fighters grouped. So when you attack one group, it attacks both fighters.
Okay. Right. So that'll just be 1 power then?
Right.
Or, okay. Alrighty, so what's the complication range?
All right, so the complication range is going to be 2. A complication will mean you hit the freighter, and the difficulty is going to be 3 because you're trying to target them specifically while they're attached to the freighter.
Is that with the systems adjustment?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to
Oh,
use...
and you said you're targeting the engines of those ships, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, now it's going to be difficulty 4. Sorry.
Just burn momentum.
Yeah,
And
so...
try to use a focus if you can. I mean, a value or something.
I already do. Yeah, I got it. It's Starship Weapons. So complication range is 2, right?
It's 2, yes.
Okay, and for difficulty 4, do you do that, right?
Yeah. You just roll the 2
Cool.
dice, and then you need 4 successes in order to hit them successfully.
Okay, I'd like to add on 2 dice, burn 3 momentum, if that's alright with you guys.
Do it.
All right,
Nice.
so that's that's 7 successes. So you get 3 of that momentum back, and then roll the damage.
Alright, so what's that in the ship?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I closed the ship.
What do I do? Weapons and
You just rolled the Starfleet insignia on the phasers.
Oh, the ship
okay.
would get an assist here, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I mean, not that we really need it, but
Yeah.
your ship has been rolling terribly.
Well, you're also using the cons and not the
Oops.
security.
I'll reroll that.
Rolling terribly is better than rolling and
Hey.
burning.
I think the ship knows you don't belong.
Hey, maybe one of you should be rolling.
All right. Weapon damage.
Sorry, let me get back up here.
I can.
Okay. And you are able to successfully shoot the two ships to, I'm guessing, the left. I think you said to the side, the two on the side. So, so yeah, so the engines just kind of blow up, and the fighters just kind of disintegrate on the ship. So they just kind of burn up and explode.
Captain,
Lieutenant Commander,
I've taken out 2 of them. Yes, sir.
careful, we can't destroy those freighters.
Sorry, sir. You inspired me from your earlier actions. I couldn't help myself.
Okay, so you guys got that 2 bonus momentum to use for one of the combat momentum spends.
Can we keep the thing on our side?
You can use a swift test to have him go again, or I believe you spend 2 of your momentum to keep the turn with you.
Mhm.
Then let's keep it with Stirrell and have him try another 2.
All right, so it's going to be all the same rolls, except this one is going to be now difficulty 5.
Okay, I'll burn up the last of the...
If you're doing the exact same thing.
Well, if I do something different, what would it be?
It depends what you do different. So the difficulty base is going to be 4, but if you, let's say, target the engines again, it'll be difficulty 5.
Okay, I target...
If you target any of the subsystems on the fighter, it's going to increase the difficulty. If you just shoot at the fighter, it'll drop in difficulty to 4.
Yeah, I'll just aim at the fighters. And I'll use last of the momentum for 2 more dice.
We have 5 momentum.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, because he rolled really well on that last hit.
Okay, then I'll get 3 dice. Anybody mind?
So how many dice are you rolling?
3.
All right, so you'll spend 1 momentum then?
No, I mean adding on 3, so I'll have 5.
You don't have enough momentum. You only had 5 momentum. You need 6 to...
6.
Yeah, so you can buy 2 dice.
All right, then 2 dice. Ouch.
Oh, 3 complications.
Go ahead and roll for the ship. Roll damage. Where's that?
5 damage to something with no shields.
Now I got to see what the scale of these cargo ships are. Okay, so as you're trying to shoot the fighters, you miss the fighters and you hit the ship, and you shoot off the communications array aboard the ship.
Fuck your house.
So you just got to decide which one that was. Was it in front, in back, or to the right?
What, for the communication array?
Yeah, which one were you trying to aim at?
I wasn't trying to aim at the arrays.
I know, but what ship were you trying to shoot the fighters off of?
I thought there's only 4.
There's 4 convoys, and there's still 5 fighters. There's 2 on the front and 2 on the back, and there's 1 fighter on the side, on the right side.
You can just say
Okay, so
front.
I was aiming at the 2 in the front.
Okay. I just needed to know which ship that was. Just because it might matter later. So, do you guys pass the turn, or do you try to keep the turn?
I'm gonna try to keep the turn and go for
You
2
can only
more of them.
do that once per round. Pretty sure.
We didn't keep the turn. We used swift task, I think.
We used a swift cast.
I think.
The talent.
Yeah, you used the swift task combat. You didn't
Okay.
you didn't spend the momentum to keep the turn.
Okay, never mind then.
So you got 2 momentum left, so you can send it to one of you instead of to them.
And shooting at them is a difficulty of 4.
It's probably going to go up again. Well, it depends what you do, but
And we're at what power level again?
You're at 1 power.
Yeah, we probably need to fix that.
Let's have Chief Petty Officer. We need more power.
Yes, sir.
You can spend
okay.
it.
So are you going to spend the momentum to have him
Yes.
gain you power?
Yeah, so that's permission to use 2 momentum. The amount of
That's it.
power we get scales with the amount of momentum we spend.
Hold on. If you spend the momentum, so basically what I'm asking is, are you spending the momentum, the 2 momentum you have left, to have the chief go in order to try to gain you power, or do you want them to go?
No, I was gonna have him get the power back.
Okay, because that's going to be a momentum spend then.
To keep the initiative.
Yeah, to keep the initiative.
But then we can't do anything once we've got that power back. Because it'll go to their turn. So we might as well let it go to their turn now.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we have to spend the next time getting power back then instead of shooting.
Right, but then we wouldn't have any momentum to get power back, so the maximum amount of power we'd get back is 1.
Okay, yeah. Then we can let them go.
Okay,
The
so
roll as default only gets 1 power.
so as you guys after you guys attempted to shoot some of the fighters off, on all the convoys, all the fighters detach and all 4 convoys warp off.
I'm gonna radio the Klingon ship.
Plotting pursuit course.
All right, so you send comms to the Klingons.
Captain, hold position and take care of these fighters. We're pursuing the convoys.
Check your scan, Starfleet. There's no one in those fighters. We must go after them. They are not stealing this victory.
And we scan and we find that there's no one in the ships.
Yeah, they're empty.
Are all the ships going together in one group? As in the freighters that are leaving, are they going in the same direction?
1 second. Are you going to scan for it?
Yes. I want to know where they're going.
Okay.
That's probably a Starrell roll, though. I would order him to do it because I don't really scan for things.
Okay. So this will be.
Sensors, me, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a science roll because you're trying to track warp signatures. Unless you can convince me trying to track warp signatures through a anomaly is security, which I don't think is going to happen in this case. So it's probably going to be reason and science, difficulty 1.
Yeah, then that's ops. Okay, and this one, sensor sweeps are assisted by the ship's sensors and security.
Yeah,
Security, sensor science.
yeah, and I took in account the
Okay.
ships,
Cool.
so it's just difficulty 1.
Bank 2.
All right. So as you scan the for the warp fields, you could track it to what seems to be around. They seem to head toward an F-class white star.
I relay that to the captain.
I'm going to relay that to the Klingons, and then Ensign, go to warp, and we're going to go to warp.
Okay.
We don't have the power to go to warp.
Yeah. We need
Well. So that was the end of the scene. So you get your power back. So you have the power.
All right.
I have the power.
Do we also get our shield strength back?
Yes. Cool. And did you guys just leave the commander out there?
no.
Yep.
I wanted the same thing.
We
but-
did not, because I did not go to warp yet. Because I would say Helm is answering warp X. It is not. So, Captain, I'm going to pick up the EXO. As
That's a good idea, Ensign.
Yeah, just leave the XO. They're not important.
So, I use a burst of impulse speed, which needs 1 power to get right to their ship, which is going to be controlling. What?
You do know the shuttle still has engines, right? Like he could fly.
Yeah, but they're down shields, and I heard they're partly wrecked, and we're out of time. And for the shuttle to fly here, is it a warp shuttle with
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
non-standard
warp.
navigator? Are you going to follow us, sir?
No, I can
No,
literally.
he can get himself on the ship.
All right,
Just open the shuttle bay doors.
all right.
I bring the shuttle towards the Imjin.
Sorry, Prax. I almost had you left behind.
No, that wasn't going to happen.
I was sitting like, what's
I
going?
have-
Am I dead?
I have nothing to do but fire the ship, maneuver the ship, and listen to what's going on. So I'm tracking it. Right.
I just jumped in and destroyed 2 ships to save him, and then just forgot he existed.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm making it look good, sir. They didn't hear that. We're going to warp out. Pulling alongside now. The shuttle is docking. Engineer, prepare to go to warp at captain's command. Thank you, sir.
Engage.
All right. I don't need to roll for that, right, GM?
No.
All right.
All right. So you guys follow the warp trail, and you follow it to an unpopulated system around the F-class white star, and more importantly, you follow the trail to what appears to be a Class H planet, which is like a arid, lifeless desert planet.
Like Mars.
Yeah, just hotter.
Do we see them?
How close do you want to enter the system, Captain? You want to approach the system exterior, or just go right along their trail at warp speed to the planet? Because we can enter the system and scan, or we can just go right on top of them at your discretion, sir.
Let's enter the system and scan.
All right, so let's go to. I'll maneuver to enter the outer system.
Okay.
In the just outside the habitability zone, and set it up so the science officer can scan.
Okay. So that maneuver happens flawlessly. The scan is going to be reason and science, assisted by the ship sensors and science, base difficulty 3. So I guess that would be difficulty 2.
I don't think I need to spend any momentum for that, unless you want me to.
I mean, if you got a good reason in science, it's a base of 2, so probably not.
Yeah, I got 15 plus the ship assist. So
Yeah, you'll be fine.
or not.
Well, you still got the ship.
Need that ship.
Ship has to crit.
No, you got it. It was difficulty 2.
Yeah, you said 2.
Oh right, sorry, I thought you said 3.
Yeah. So okay, so how do I want to do this? Okay, so as you guys get into the system, you notice that that one of the cargo ships is kind of docked to a large cargo freighter. And we'll send you the info because I forgot to do that last time. So here.
Captain, looks like they're rushing to transfer the cargo and crew of those convoy ships into that transport. The transport's orbit appears to be decaying. There's nobody keeping control of those convoy ships.
Captain, I recommend we get in range and use our tractor beam to stabilize the orbit.
Starrell, ready all your security teams. We're going to lock onto them and board them.
Very well, sir. I'll have my security teams on the standby.
Okay, so basically it's a large cargo ship and then one of your cargo ships that are docked together. So all I would need to know is like where you guys transporting to and what are you doing with the Klingons that are with you?
Wait, hang on. Did you say that it was in a decaying orbit?
Yeah.
Can we use our tractor beam to stabilize it at all? Or like how soon do we think it's gonna decay into the planet?
Probably minutes if it doesn't fire up its engines, you'd estimate.
We're going to tractor beam it out anyways.
Okay. So that's a tactical skill thing that was listed on the journal. So you want me to go ahead and roll for that, or what are we doing first, Captain?
Well, let's first get them in a tractor beam, and second, let's have you and the commander beam over with all the security personnel we can get into the bridge of that freighter, of the large one.
Okay.
And your goal will be to like secure the ship and, activate energy fields that you can. Basically just to lock them wherever you can and to take control of the ship's systems.
Right.
So at this point, the Klingons are hailing.
This is the Imjin.
Captain, I have the finest warriors in the quadrant. We will take the big ship. You put our cargo.
This guy.
I order him to stand down.
You will not take glory from us. We will secure the large vessel. You secure.
Cut out.
He was talking so loud he blew his mic on his own ship.
What happened?
I said he was talking, the Klingon captain was talking so loud he blew out the microphone pickup on his own ship.
Can we make it to the largest cargo vessel before they can?
Potentially, if it might be a race.
That'd be what, con?
I think we could have a good old-fashioned race.
I think we want to try to race them there, and if possible, when our crew beams over, I want them to raise the shields on the freighter.
The freighter has no shields.
Like the cargo freighter?
The
Well,
one that's part of the convoy has no shields.
Yeah, and if we did that, we'd lose the tractor beam on it.
Okay.
We
Well,
could
then-
perhaps, Captain, could we perhaps tractor the Klingon ships to keep them from racing with us?
No,
Also,
we
just
can't
pointing
take
out,
we
the
can't
Klingons
take
are our
hostile
allies.
action against them in any perceivable way. We're gonna race them there, and y'all are gonna take the bridge and lock down the ship completely. So even if they beam over there, they're not gonna be able to achieve anything because we'll have control of the ship. Good.
So in order for me to activate the tractor beam, I'll have to do it from my console on the bridge. Unless, I imagine it'd be a harder difficulty if I tried to do it somewhere else.
I'll manage that. You take the security. The EXO will take you and the security team over.
Alrighty.
So I guess we're gonna race them.
Yeah. So this is what we'll do. We'll just do a head-to-head task roll using your control con probably, and assisted by the ships. We won't add anything because I think this will be a fun little head-to-head roll.
Okay, so we can't add any momentum or anything, right?
Yeah, I would say let's just do a head-to-head and have fun with it.
All right, I'm going to use my focus for helm operation, though, but with 2 dice. Here goes my roll. I'm going to do control and con.
Yep.
Oh, well. Nope.
Yeah, so before the captain even finishes the sentence to try to order the ship going, the Klingons just engage full impulse and pull right up next to the large cargo ship and begin transporting troops over.
Is it their ship? Was the cargo ship theirs?
The bigger one that is not theirs.
No, they own one of them though.
No.
I thought they
It's a-
said the cargo ship, the small one, was theirs, or is it ours?
It's your fleets. Like the smaller cargo ship is the fleet cargo ship.
S-
It's not Klingon or Starfleet. It's a joint operation.
Right.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna order the Stirrell since now we failed to catch up. I'm gonna order him to. They're transporting onto the larger ship,
Right.
and I'm gonna order Stirrell to secure the smaller ship.
Very well. Beams over to, once we're in range, beams over and secures the ship.
All right. So as you guys beam over, you get beamed into the cargo area of the ship, and you guys are able to kind of make a stealthy incursion into the ship. And you notice that there are 3 people dressed in like some type of makeshift armor. They're all human, and 2 of them are working to try to move cargo to the other ship. And there's someone that looks like he's kind of standing guard. And they're all armed with what looks like disruptor pistols.
Can I-
So who's over on the ship? Just before who's over in the away team?
It should be Prax, Stirrell, and as many security officers as we could get.
All right, I'm going to give you 2 security. And since you guys are taking them, since you guys are still kind of hidden, you guys get the first move.
Can I radio the lieutenant commander without someone hearing me first? Or I guess the commander in this case.
It probably wouldn't be the best idea because the captain doesn't know that they haven't been sighted yet.
Okay.
And we literally just got there.
Yeah, so this is the commander's show, basically.
Okay, so they haven't noticed us beaming down or beaming in yet.
No, and where you guys beamed at, you're kind of behind like cargo boxes and containers, and there's a little walkway path that you could maybe get 2 people through, and they're kind of in a bigger section moving the cargo, like a cleared out section because they're moving cargo. They're maybe 30 yards from or 30 meters from you.
Can I see what type of cargo they're moving?
Like they're just trying to move like the containers out over, like, you know, it's just containers. They're trying to use whatever lifts they can to kind of help move the heavier stuff, but they're just trying to, as quickly as they can, move what they can over to the bigger ship.
Can I see any insignia on their uniforms?
No, it just looks like mercenary body armor.
They look like Nausicaans or
No, they're humans. They're human.
okay.
Okay, so I look over to the commander and kind of, like, you know, just look at him like, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna give you okay. So, Sorrel, and I point to the guard. Take him out as quietly as you can, and that's a direct order.
So I nod confirmation and I try to sneak up to him.
Right. There are things that you could kind of use for cover to kind of steady your shot too, like little barricades, kind of. I mean, they're barricades with the cargo, but it's something like you could kind of hide under and get a clear shot.
Well, if I'm going to take him out quietly, the phaser is kind of loud.
Right, but he's kind of facing the opening that you guys would be going through, so it would probably be better to just shoot. Because he'll see you coming.
Oh, he's facing us?
Correct.
Yeah.
And take it out as stealthily as you can, so they don't pinpoint your location just yet, since we have the advantage right now.
Okay. Yeah. See, this is where I'm like more of a visual person. So.
Yeah.
All right. I'll shoot him then.
And I should get assist on this with the command present roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
And since I have tactics as one of my focuses, can I use it for this?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the
It's control security. Difficulty 2. Then I just need the assist.
I did before him. It's above.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Also,
Damage.
He can re-roll the 0 if he wants to, because I have advisor.
That's what advisor does?
No, he gets to re-roll the 0 because I have advisor and I assisted him and it was successful, so he can technically re-roll that 0 if he wants to.
Okay.
With the advisor talent.
Yeah. Go ahead and just roll 1 d20 or 1 dice.
And just confirming, focus a hand phaser.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll bank a momentum, and then you can roll for damage. All right, so you get your shot off, your carefully aimed shot. I'm gonna spend 4 threat though. And you shoot him square in the chest, and he kind of just looks at it, and then looks up and sees you, and readies his weapon to fire.
Can I do anything at this point, like take cover or anything?
Well, the way I figure you are behind cover when you did that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna lift up his gun and try to shoot at you. And I'm gonna spend 3 threat to buy 2 more dice, so I'll roll 4. Two, 3, 4, 5, and then I get 3 back. And then what I need you to roll, I need you to roll 2 challenge dice. For the cover.
And how do I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just put 2 in there and then hit enter before you roll. Perfect. So he's able to get another shot back at you, and he hits you square in the chest for 7 damage, and you have injuries and are knocked out.
Ow.
You can spend
Well, that's something to
momentum.
come back to.
You could spend determination to
Oh, yeah.
avoid the injury if you wish.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend it.
However, if you use your determination, another injury means it's a lethal injury, and you'll have to be healed before the end of the scene.
That's fine. I have my kit on me.
Okay. So yeah, so you take 7 stress, and you could spend the determination to stay up. But if you go to 0 stress, or if you take 5 more points of damage, the injury becomes a lethal injury.
Okay. Yeah, I used determination to stay up.
Okay. And then it'll go to either the commander or the security.
Be secure because I went at the beginning. Because I did the direct.
Oh, so I guess it would be it'd be actually his turn then. It'll be Sterl's turn. Because you directed him with the task, so it'd be his turn.
No, I mean like the 2 security guards we have with us. Are they gonna do anything or?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna probably try to fire at him. At somebody.
Right. So okay, so he directed me to that was his move then, not mine, or
Right.
okay. I am going to kind of see if I can't get behind cover where he can't shoot me for the
Okay.
moment. And then that's it for the turn.
Okay. So then the 2 mercenary guys kind of shoot at the other security guards because they haven't found cover yet, or they've only been able to find partial cover, so they try to take pot shots at them. At least one of them does. And he's able to hit one of the 2 security guards, and he falls down and is knocked out again as well. Oh, wait, you might not be. I lied. He only took 4 points of stress. So whoever has security guard stats.
I don't have any.
I'll just make them up. I'll give them 11 stress each. All right, so I guess it goes to your security team then.
All right. So they just they shoot at that first one that I shot at. Then.
Okay. I'll go ahead and give them a 13 for their attributes. So you just got to roll 2 dice, and we'll use that for their hits. Whoever wants to roll it.
Yeah, I don't know how to make a.
Here, I can do that. Said 2d20.
Yeah, 2d20s for one of their attacks.
Oh, you mean those?
Yeah. That's 2 hits. So just need to roll hand phaser damage, and anyone can roll that.
I got it.
And he is able to hit one of the. He's able to hit the guy that shot at you, and he finally falls down, stunned.
And was that both of their attacks, or just the one?
They got one more, and it's coming now, and he misses. He hits the cargo container, so I guess it'll be at the top of the order. So you guys got 2 more guys left that were moving this stuff. Kind of tried to find some makeshift cover behind some of the cargo containers, and there's 2 left.
I take a shot at one of them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll control security. And you just you hit the barricade in front of them. And the one you shot at tries to shoot back at you and hits the cover you're behind.
All right, this is my turn then.
Yes.
Cool. All right, I pop out of cover slightly, and I shoot at the guy that the commander just shot at.
Okay. Remember, you guys got 4 momentum also, so if you guys wanted to use it.
Yeah, I'll put in extra dice. I'll spend 1 momentum.
And you get the momentum back. Go ahead and roll for damage. And you just kind of wing them in the shoulder.
All right, so is it the 2 security guards again?
I believe it's the other guy, and then it'll be the 2 security guards.
Yeah.
So he sees you. So his friend sees you shoot and tries to take a shot at you. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a dice with some of my saved up threat. So I'll roll 3. Go ahead and roll 2 challenge dice. All right, you're gonna take 1 more point of stress.
All right.
And then it'll be your security guy, or your 1 security guy left.
So I roll the d20 with it, or?
Yeah, it's going to be a two of the d20s.
Oh, but at once, right?
Yeah. What did I say? There's 13, so yeah, he does not hit.
All right, so now it's back to the commander.
And actually, I think your other guy only has 4 points, so he didn't take an injury. So you could go ahead and roll for the other guy.
All right.
And nope. So then, so it ended with you. So it's going to go back to them. They're going to try to. They're each going to shoot at, or one of them's going to shoot at the previous security guard that took some damage, and he just hits a container, and sparks fly off of it. So we'll head back to you guys.
I'm gonna buy a die.
Okay. You're down to 3 momentum. And you get one of them back. Or actually, you get 2 back. And go ahead and roll damage. Oh, shit. All right. Here, hold on, guys. Hello? Sorry, guys, had to field the phone call. Where was I at? Oh, the damage result. Oh, yeah. So he takes 3 points of damage, but he's still in the fight. And then I believe it goes to the other one. He's shooting at one of your security dudes. Thank you, threat. And it hits the other security guard. And I have no idea whose turn it is.
Yeah, it was my turn.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the one the commander shot at. I'm
Okay.
gonna spend momentum.
Yeah, roll damage. All right, he takes 4 points of damage, and who else hasn't gone?
Be the security guards.
All right, go ahead and shoot for them. Miss and miss.
And I need to train these guys.
I know, right? So right after they get done shooting, 3 Klingon warriors come busting through the little airlock from the other ship, and they pull out their. One of them tries to shoot with his disruptor pistol. Oh dear God! And totally misses.
Shoots his foot.
Yeah, I know, right? The other ones pull out their daggers and try to rush each of them. Where's the sheet? There it is. Yeah, so the Klingons come busting in, and they just kind of dagger them, hit them. They're able to probably kill the other two because they're Klingons. Because yeah, this fight was dragging on, so I'm just gonna end it. So yeah, you have the one guy that's kind of knocked out, and then you have Nope, you have no injured crew members.
Lieutenant Commander Sturl, how badly are you hurt?
It's a flesh wound.
Everyone
Okay.
remain in the seat to your wounds.
Yes, sir.
So the ship's docked with the bigger one that we're on.
Yeah, so right now you're in the small like the one that's in your convoy, and then it's attached to an airlock to the bigger one. So you're in the small ship right now.
Oh, I also forgot that since my guy's a veteran, can I re-roll to get the determination back?
Oh yeah.
So what's that? The
I have no idea.
It's one challenge die.
okay.
And it looks like you didn't get it.
Ow.
So far, none of our veterans have gotten it back, I think.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing?
I walk up to the Klingon officer and said, "Have you secured the main freighter?"
All enemy combatants aboard the vessel are dead.
Very well. Glory is yours.
Then he points to the other one. What are we going to do with him, the one that's injured?
I would like to take him back to the Imjin and question him to figure out if there's where they come from or what organization they belong to.
Very well.
I motioned to one of the security tap my comm badge. Commander Prax to Imjin.
Imjin here.
We have one of the mercenaries that's knocked out. I'd like to place him in the brig for later questioning, and then the security officers took a kind of a beating. I'd like them to beam back to the ship and get some medical attention. And
Commander, you can inform the Klingons that the ships are under their care, and you can beam back over here.
aye, sir.
All right, so you guys beam back?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you have him taken down to the brig.
I'm gonna meet him there.
Okay. So when the captain gets down to the brig, you notice that it's just the one guy. He's kind of injured. You know, he has some phaser scars on his chest and through his armor. But he's sitting there like kind of smug.
I want to read his mind as best I can.
Are you empathic or
I'm telepathic.
Dad hasn't had to deal with that before.
I know, right?
He doesn't, unless he's paying particular close attention, he's not going to notice I'm Betazoid. And, you know, he's been disoriented, so it's not like he's going to be able to put up a fight.
The only thing you sense from him is mild amusement. You're not really reading any thoughts from him.
While Captain's doing that, I'm gonna ask him a question. Like, so who are you affiliated with?
I'm going to be reading his mind the whole time, so if he thinks of anything while he's talking to the commander, I will know what he's thinking of.
Okay. So he leans forward a little bit to the person that's talking to you. The only thing you need to know is that we are going to drive both you and the Klingons out of this sector.
I'm gonna ask him who his. I'm gonna ask him who is commanding, who's in charge of him and his detachment.
I'm sorry, that's just something I am not going to tell you.
Did he think of what it was?
No, you're just getting them through all this questioning. All you're getting is amusement. Like from him, he's amused, but you're not able to read past that.
Take out my tricorder. I want to scan and figure out what species he belongs to.
He's human.
He looks human, but that's pretty broad though too.
As far as you can tell, he's human. As far as any scans can tell.
Were there the fighters are still intact, right?
I mean, you're not near the fighters. I mean, you did warp out of that area.
That's right. I would like to go back, Captain. I would like to go to the big freighter and try to gain more information, download any data from their computer core, and gain more information about who these people are.
Take the chief with you. He's probably could be useful with computers, and inform. Were there any Klingons aboard the freighters that were transporting supplies?
No, it was just the freighter crews.
Well, and the freighter crews, none of them were Klingon.
No.
Are they all Federation citizens? Or do they not like?
Probably. You know, like just imagine like a civilian freighter crew.
I mean, I'm trying to determine what government is responsible for them. Whose responsibility is it to protect them?
Oh, the freighter's yours.
I want to pull. Is the EXO? The EXO is down there with me, isn't he?
Yeah.
I want to pull the EXO aside and talk to him only.
All right.
Commander,
Yes, sir.
can you think of any reason we would want to give him over to the Klingons?
The Klingons would just kill him.
That is a possibility.
I mean, I would like to gather more information. If there's a threat to this sector of space, then Starfleet needs to know about it. Or I should say a growing threat to this sector of space.
And in your opinion, do you think Starfleet intelligence can get that from him?
Possibly. But downloading the data from the freighter, the enemy freighter's computer core, might give us more insight if they haven't wiped it.
On the bridge, can I track incoming? The only warp signature trails would be incoming to this system. Is that correct?
Yeah.
from where we were to this F star, but can I ask the science officer or whoever's standing at science console, can we scan to see is there any lingering signatures at all from some other system to come here?
I can make a scan.
Because if even though it might be old, maybe there's some kind of a plan. They had, because this cargo ship that they're transferring to is their cargo ship. So I'm just going to say to the science officer, this is their cargo ship. It had to come here sometime. It's not here in this system. It's just an F-class star with an uninhabitable planet that's relatively uninhabitable. So unless it's a secret cave or something, they had to come from somewhere. Maybe we get a warp signature of when they came in. I don't expect they'd have this cargo ship just sitting there for weeks. Maybe they flew here with the fighters, and then the fighters jumped by a spy to the other system, and then just talking aloud to the science officer. And then
I mean,
maybe.
I can make a scan, Ensign. But I should have picked up anything to that effect when we entered the system.
Just thinking out loud.
I'll make a sensor science scan, I guess.
No need to roll. There's your info.
Not picking up any warp signatures. If there were any, they were masked.
Thank you. So I'm just trying to help out.
And as all this is going on, the freighter pulls away from the bigger one, and the bigger cargo ship enters a terminal velocity toward the planet.
There's no stopping it?
Nope. It was in a decaying orbit when you guys got into the system anyway.
Oh, but yeah, we had a tractor beam on it.
You guys never engaged your tractor beam.
It's true.
Yeah, because the Klingons were on it, so we just gave up on it.
Okay.
So that was the pirate ship that's heading down into the planet's
Yep.
power field.
Okay. Commander, I'm going to leave you to see to our guest here, and then I return to the bridge.
Aye, sir.
Ensign,
Sir, captain's on the bridge.
send a text-only message to the Klingon informing them that we're heading back to the fleet, and we will resume our course. Or we're ready to proceed, and we'll resume our course as soon as they're ready to proceed.
Okay, I'll transfer console to comms unless we already have the comms officer, or give that to Chief Katrak if he's there as an NPC. Or
Well,
or
the commander normally handles those things, which is why I'm telling you, because he's not here.
Sir. All right, I'll do that.
And the Klingons respond, ready and waiting.
I say, sir, surprisingly, they're not yelling at us for once. They say they're ready and waiting for our orders.
Engage.
And you go to warp. Probably about a half day's journey, give or take. You guys finally arrive at the array.
With what?
With the Klingon ship and one cargo vessel.
What happened to the rest of them?
They got hijacked.
And I thought they were all going to the same place.
No, you only found one of them.
Oh,
And we didn't find any other warp trails.
We looked.
now I had no idea what y'all were looking for. Now I know what y'all were looking for. I thought you were just looking if someone had left the system, or come to the system
Yeah, we were
previously.
looking for the 3 other ships.
Right. If they came as a group, then did they take off because they wanted to transfer the cargo to one ship, or did they split into 3 or 4? But also looking for traces of the fighters coming into the system and then leaving for the system we were in. But we looked, sir. There's nothing there.
Pirates.
Space pirates.
Hoping perhaps that the science officer can interface with the computer logs of the vessel. Then, if they have not been wiped, we could perhaps backtrack and calculate.
I'm guessing when we get back to those fighters, they're destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell you that after the cargo was on port, they were also driven into the planet. So like you're not, so you don't need to go and find missing ships. They're accounted for. They're just destroyed.
Did the Klingons recover all the cargo, or did they allow the cargo that was left that could not be fitted onto the?
They put as much as they could into the remaining transport, put some into theirs, and then helped along the ship to be destroyed with the rest.
I'm gonna note that in my report that they encouraged without, instead of asking for assistance or trying to save it, they wantonly destroyed cargo. Just so like Starfleet knows about that.
Yep. So you guys enter the system into the array. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Sterl calls for phaser training on all the security personnel, so that the next time they're in combat, maybe they could have a bonus because of recent training.
It's something I'll consider for next session, maybe.
You got your work cut out for you. You got PT and physical training, like close combat training, and you got phaser training now, Sterl.
Oh yeah.
Ensign.
Finally, a tactical officer that's being worked harder than mine.
Sir.
I want you to run. I want you to use the holodeck and run simulations for space evasive maneuvers rigorously in your off-duty time, because I'll just leave it at that. I want you to work on that on your off-duty time.
That will make me the best at evasive maneuvers in the fleet, Captain, not just this sector.
It better.
Aye, sir, I will do that with great pleasure. Commencing in the next off-duty shift after I sleep.
All right. So yeah, the Klingon vessel and the cargo ship dock with the station.
Do we have orders to do something at the station, or were we just supposed to get it here? Like, are we supposed to get it there and back, or are we supposed to do something?
Just to get it there.
Ensign.
Sir.
Can set a course back for, what's the name of our home station?
Narenda Station.
You can
Narenda
set a
Station.
course for Narenda Station.
It's already on the board.
Punch it.
Boom.
And that's the end of.
What happened to
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
very end?
That is the end of bloop bloop.
The universe.
The GM bailed on his own group.
Well, that was the end of the session,
Damn it,
but he
Q.
didn't handle reputation.
No!
Oh,
Ah,
hey.
he's back. The
Stupid
Q
me,
disappeared him. He
Yes.
phased in out of the interphase universe. He phased back in from the Tholian.
Stupid me closed Discord instead of minimized it. Anyway, that's the end of Convoy SC-119, if you didn't catch that. I don't know how much I said before it closed. So,
That's
yeah.
the end of.
Yeah, you said, and so that's the end of, boop, and you were gone. And then we started ragging on you about failing your own game. And
Perfect. So, yeah, Captain, just give out the reputation.
I'll give 2 around the board, except for the ensign who gets 1 for that Klingon incident with the race, because he lost the race. I'm disappointed. The captain's disappointed in that.
I'm glad you like my attack pattern, sir. That allowed me to look like a phaser operating god. And yes, I will write myself up for insubordination.
I was about to ask if you said that.
Oh yeah, it's in character. Yeah,
I mean, it might be 0 now.
I'll make it 0.
Yeah, and Captain, I'll go ahead and give you 2 dice to roll as well.
So that's 0 for the ensign and 2 for
All right.
everybody else.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna order the commander to. I'm gonna order Commander Prax to speak with the ensign on decorum. So I'm it's 15 to be promoted, right?
That's the minimum. I would say at your heart's content.
Oh, I'm just saying because I'm at 17, so I'm ready to be an admiral now.
Oh, yeah.
It's promotion within reason. Like captains and first officers usually don't get promotions from.
And yeah, Commander Prax, you're gonna actually lose a reputation for that role.
What
But
are you
since
at,
I get-
Sterel?
16.
Since I get no dice, I don't have to roll those, so I can't lose any. Is that correct? Yeah.
I think that's how that works.
Good.
I mean, he could have just gave you a negative and a positive, so you have to roll 1 in hopes that you don't lose 2.
I mean, I gave 1 for the.
Yeah.
For the tactical flying. I subtracted 1 for the failure to race the Klingons, and I subtracted another 1 for the
So it's
back talk. So he's actually at
one
minus
roll
1.
with one roll with. Is it one roll with threat? How's that work?
So it'll be 1 reputation roll, and if the captain gave you 2 negatives, the roll is to try to see exactly how much you would go down. Because you could roll a 2, and then you wouldn't move at all. But
Give
you
him
could
1
roll-
positive and 2 negatives.
Right.
How do I set that up on the sheet? I go on the
So on the back of the character sheet
Right.
is the reputation. You would just enter in 1 dice, and then we'd subtract from that roll.
Okay, I will enter in 1 dice on rank.
Don't forget to hit enter, though.
And enter, right. I was going to say I hit enter, and here goes.
So just like that is how you do not lose anything.
Because everyone else says he
So-
followed the captain's orders exactly until he backtalked. Or the XO says, crumple, 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 this is bullshit. He completely forgot I existed. And he'll pencil with my records like, you don't get no black mark.
He lives because I saved him.
Oh man, I
Owes me his life.
was so hoping that you
No.
guys warped out of the system before you
not gonna
picked them
happen.
up.
Not going to happen. That is my job. No, that's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen.
On another note,
I served on board a real ship. That is not going to happen. You recover all men overboard before you depart the area of operations. Right.
Like, how much reputation does Sturell have?
Yeah, 16.
Then I'm going to recommend Sturell for a commendation. I can't give him a promotion because the ship doesn't have an available space, but I will recommend him for a commendation, and also note that I believe he's ready to be an XO at Starfleet's discretion for his
Okay.
just
the
phaser, all the phaser shooting and all the
right.
heroics.
Just look in the command book and see which commendation you'd like to give
I
him.
don't have that, so if someone could list
yeah.
it, or someone could send me like a quick, like, just, you don't have to send me the whole command book, but just like take a pic, like a screenshot or something.
Yeah, I can send you some. I can send you the commendations page from the command book.
Yeah.
You could put him in for like Grand Kite Order of Tactics. GM, so I had 12 rep, but I got 2, but I'm minus 2 negatives, so my rep stays the same. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm now friends with the XO. We're going to go that route for my career. Okay. All right.
You were so promising.
And
I know I was.
away.
But I'm going to challenge my value now of Starfleet regulations next session. I don't have time now, but I will challenge my value of Starfleet regulations. The Starfleet regs are my Bible, because at this point, that isn't working for me for advancement, because I've been passed over for promotion so many times now. I'm like, okay, that's fine. By the book ain't happening. I'm going to become a maverick.
So what did you guys think of the session?